This is WFO Radio.
All right, stop. Stop working. Cease. Finish. It's over. Wrap it up. Put it away. It's Thanksgiving. Whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to get anything meaningful done in the next hour and a half. So just fold it up or start to wind it down because it's over. It's Thanksgiving. And it's time to celebration as we begin a WFO Happy Hour. That is right. Now, I will tell everyone, of course, this show's got great sponsors, and I will talk about them maybe in the middle, but definitely at the end. But I want everybody to be kind of loose and a little fun and have a good time and get yourself a beverage because 2022 is in the books. Yes, I'm celebrating the World Cup. I've got my palm trees with flags on them, and I'm super excited. But more importantly, as we get ready to get into the happy hour mood, I'm going to bring on these two who were there at the very beginning of the happy hour concept, Miss Courtney Enders and Mr. Jason Logan. And here we are, lady and gentlemen. Hello and welcome. How are you?
Hello. I was updating my Insta stories so everybody knew to log on right now.
Yeah, it's time for me to send a tweet right now, too.
Welcome and bienvenue, Joseph. Seeing you are all World Cup.
We can hear you, Jason.
Yes, we can.
Listen, I can't tell how loud I am. So
we know.
You're very loud, sir. And look at Courtney bringing it immediately. This is a happy hour show. We got so much positive feedback from my
cheers.
This guy's with the Bud Light, though. That is it wrong that bothers me? Is it wrong that it bothers me that you just a Bud Light out of a tub?
I have vodka. I was ready to make a Brandon Bernstein, but I was like, you know what? I got to make it through the day. And
you know, it's Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Like, who are you trying to impress? Everyone in your home knows you.
Courtney, here's the deal. Let me break down my day for you. So I had to get up. We started making all the sides for Thanksgiving. And at like 9:30, we're watching World Cup matches. Breakfast is served. At 11:15, Jason retired himself upstairs to take a 25-minute nap. I've already taken one nap today.
The nap.
So I'm set. I'm ready to go.
Well, I like that. I like that you're ready to go. We do have, a sort of agenda, right? Like we're going to have a great time leading into Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about some of the stories at the awards banquet. We're going to share some photographs and, the issues of the day, the news of the day. And hopefully everybody out there will share the show. Those of you on Twitter, those of you on the book, those of you out there on YouTube, share the show. And not everyone that's going to be watching, guys, is going to be live. Let's think of it this way. When people begin to get bored of their families, they're going to start searching and they will find this. What are you laughing at, Jason? As if it's not true.
I just unmuted myself and burped really loud. Or muted myself so nobody could hear that. I apologize.
What a trio we are.
Yeah.
I bet people out there watching go, oh my God, he just ripped one. He burped out loud, muted himself. Sorry, Joe. Continue.
I don't know. In the sense of reality, maybe you shouldn't have muted it. And it could have been an interesting moment.
I'm sure there'll be more. I'm drinking beer.
Yes, exactly. Look at this. Corey Savoy says 1 hour to go. Coffee until then. I guess, whatever. Britt, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Scott saying happy Thanksgiving. Everybody saying happy Thanksgiving to this crew. Blake is out there. What's up, Blake? Jim Essex, who everybody knows. Everybody saying happy Thanksgiving. And I guess we should start at the beginning. Congratulations, Courtney, on the team winning the 5th Pro Stock World Championship. Like that's, on WFO, that's considered a pretty big deal.
And I found the perfect spot to hang my 5-time hat.
Nice.
Yes, it was awesome. This year was crazy cool. Crazy cool.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And I was just thinking about it, like total dominance. If you really think about it, like it was 10, but it could have been 11. It could have been 12. Those little ones that got away. I'm thinking about Bristol when the cockpit fills full of smoke, like just all those little moments that add up. But I don't know. I think 10 is pretty milestone filled.
We were, goal was 5, which is wild. The most we'd ever done before was 15 with 9 and goal was 5. And told Erica at the banquet, I'm like, dude, I know you wanted to win them all. And she was, of course, upset, didn't win Pomona because she's a big old Winnie baby. But I said, we doubled the goal. Like, that's freaking wild.
Yep. Yeah, if it was a stock on Wall Street, the stock would go up, definitely.
It definitely would. Joe, I know we're going to talk about this later, but because she just brought up the banquet and all that fun stuff, do we want to talk about the elephant in the room with Courtney?
Right now? Of course. Whatever it is. Walt's out there, everyone's out there.
So
what's up? with Courtney?
Erica, well, it's not even Courtney, it's Erica. We're gonna bitch about Erica to you. So Erica got up there. She looked fabulous. Your whole team looked tremendous. Erica got up and gave a very nice speech.
Oh yeah.
She proceeded to thank all the Fox people. She started thanking all the NHRA social media people.
Nikki got thanked. It was like a very humbling moment for Nikki. I saw her post.
She was tearing up.
Brought to tears. Yes.
And I, and I'm like, oh man, Joe, and I was I was up front by the stage. I helped Erica off stage because she's in a mirror dress that weighed like 900 pounds.
It did. It weighed more than me.
It was awesome.
And I was like, and I was just getting so giddy. I was like so happy for her that she's up there. And I was like waiting for the in-venue announcers.
Jason, you can't be my best friend and hers. Okay. You got the one who doesn't get staged to thanks. So deal with it.
Listen, I'm okay. Like, I know you, Courtney Enders, would thank Joe and I if you ever won an award of some sort. Whether it be,
we got 2 name happy. I told you, you can't start doing names because then you can't stop.
As she walked out, I grabbed her hand as she walked out. I go, no mention? And she didn't know me. I said, nothing. Goodbye. But yeah, I was
she loves y'all.
It's very petty. First of all, I'm not in on this. I am not so petty as to.
Joe, yes, you are.
Listen, when I have you to complain for me, I can play this role, which is that I'm not that petty.
He's like your Courtney. You can just let him bitch.
Exactly. It would have been listen, I think that I would love to be a world champion and be asked to give a speech. Until then, I have no idea how I will handle this situation. But that's why I have a show, and I thank everyone who has been a part of it, including you guys. Like, this is our thanks right here, Jason. Like, Courtney comes on, and we get to have beverages together.
But we were dressed nice, Joe.
With us, Jason. You vacationed with her.
Yeah,
I know. But that's why I say it hurt me a little bit more because I have I've been in tropical paradises with Eric Enders, and all I hear is social media Nikki and Brian Loans and Amanda Busick. What happens to your boy?
You end up with me and Joe. So all in favor of Jason being a baby, say aye.
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 No, it's fine.
We're moving on.
We are
moving on.
Yeah. Well, I really think that the person that, like the day that you are together with Erica, once again, you can bring that up then. But what's Court going to do? What's Court going to do?
The one thing I didn't do is write that speech. I do a lot for her. And I know who wrote it. That speech.
I know who wrote it.
It was a collective mind gathering.
Yes, a collective mind gathering is exactly what it was.
Her thoughts were beautified by elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody put pen to paper.
Yeah,
I like it. That's okay. No, it was a great speech. It was a great night. Anyway,
the best of the best have speechwriters. Let's just say that, right. The best of the best have speechwriters. It's about speed. It's about efficiency. Look at that. Vic Wood is out there. What's up, Vic? How are you? Like J-Lo has been dipping into the sauce a bit, methinks. And that's not exactly the truth. J-Lo, you've been cooking all day.
I've been cooking all day. This is like the one beer. Oh, look at the green screen. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. This is the only first beer, but I got like more up here, so I don't have to go downstairs.
Exactly. Joe gets to talk to all the celebs at the track. He's good. LOL. Like, that's a great comment right there, guys. All right. So bad news today, though. And we are, we're on and we're in drag racing and there's news. So let's talk about the news before we get a couple of drinks in and really, kick it up, which is that Angèle, someone that I think universally loved, certainly on this group right now, will not be back at Vance & Hines. And when that came out, I saw it and I thought to myself, I get it, and it was a tough year, but man, we got to have some Angèle out there in 2020.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of in a difficult spot right now.
I agree.
I get it. I get all the things, and I know that her coming over there was kind of like a saving grace in itself, and the Mission Tortilla thing. It was all, we forget that she this happened before and she got it together and Vance & Hines helped. And it was by no means a promise to save the world and be a forever partner. But I was doing what I do best and scrounging the comments because I love to do that.
You do.
And I love it because sometimes people need to be told to sit down. And some people were saying some stuff on there about like, oh, it's her lights. It's this. She's washed up. It's whatever. You can never, ever wash up Angèle Sampea. I stood in autograph lines when I was 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 28, 35 years old to get her autograph. And I still wig out that she even knows my name. And all hail the queen. And it'll work out the way it's supposed to. And regardless if she never gets on a bike again, one of the greatest women in motorsports, period.
One of the greatest motorsports personalities.
Period.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
ahead,
Joe.
Jason.
Yeah, I love
Go
doing
ahead.
I get to host the Pro Stock Motorcycle autograph sessions every weekend or whenever they do them.
Yep.
And Angel she's always the first one there, and she's got to sit next to her arch nemesis Eddie Krawick, and that whole scene is
awesome.
It's awesome. And then when you mix in a Steve Johnson to the mix, oh my God, all hell breaks loose for 30 minutes at these things. She's fun. I tell her she's my spirit animal every weekend because she just says exactly what she wants to say. But she's a great representative of the sport, and she's awesome.
And let me say one more thing about the woman thing, because, I don't pipe that much, but she did something that I've never seen in my life happen. Like, you almost have to choose. Are you going to Erica Enders it and give up personal stuff and a husband and kids to chase this career? Or are you going to Courtney force it? Do what you need to do, go build your family, set your priorities straight. She did both. And in my opinion, she was the first one that I saw that had a career, winningest female in motorsports history. Like, my sister's only got 3 or 4 races to catch her, and had a baby, skewed her priorities where she wanted to, came back, won more races, and did that. And to me, that was, my sister and I talk about all the time, like, that's the kind of new goal of, like, you can have both. And she's the first one that really proved that. And that's what I like about the later career Angel story.
Yeah, so I have 2 versions of my Angel story, which is I was a kid in the grandstands watching as she made her debut, and watching her at the Gator Nationals, and kind of, obviously immature at that time. Like, who's this girl? Oh, I don't know if I like the girl, right? She was very pretty, so I did like the girl. But just watching that, and then she went away, and that's when I kind of came around as an announcer. But then she had her big return, right? The big return of Angel, and I believe it was E-Town, where it was my job to keep her hidden. And that was kind of our first interactions. Like, Joe, you need to keep Angel hidden in one of these back rooms of the tower and just make sure nobody sees her. I was like, I can do that. And she comes back, and, this second run, like, she got a bunch more wins. She had a good run. This is unfortunate, but I also understand it, right? Like, Vance and Hines, Matt Smith calls them the Death Star. They are the big black truck out there. They've got, if any team has got to be performance-based at every second, it's Vance and Hines. But, that doesn't mean there's not some sort of future out there on a pro stock motorcycle for Angel. And I really hope that something can happen. I already started to think about, like, what's possible. And this is just right off the cuff, right? Starting rumors here on a show where there's alcoholic beverages. But didn't Jerry Savoy say that he's stepping back and that the White Alligator bike, and aren't they both Bayou brother and sister?
They are.
And if Angel could come up with somebody that wants to support her and her career, which has been great and beloved, I don't think it would be very hard to get on one of those White Alligator bikes. And so that's the rumor I just started, is that that's what needs to happen. And we need to see Angel partner somehow with Jerry in one of those bikes and get back out there. And someone needs to support Angel, because it will be like the best value sponsorship ever.
Here, Joe Castello.
Thanks, pinch poke.
Yep. There you go. Selena is out there. She calls it the Evil Empire.
What's up, sis?
Yes.
What's up, Selena? How you doing?
Courtney.
Selena's super.
Yeah, we love Selena. Scott says, Pickle Rick says, Courtney, should we tell Joe that Flow Racing shows the West Buck show during the track prep?
I feel like that wasn't a secret.
Yeah, Wes told me that, actually.
Yeah, that was one of the first moves. We had to figure out, the thing I hated most about Flow Racing was the downtime in these track prep situations. And we are always looking for more filler. And who knows? I actually mentioned this podcast on my call this morning about had to make sure I was allowed to come on and talk about Flow.
Right. Hey, Flow Racing. We love you guys.
Yes.
Well, honestly, anyone or anywhere that will share the show, all you guys have it in the palm of your hand right now. Share the freaking show, can help get the word out about WFO. But that's good. That's good. And Wes, speaking of Wes, right? He's got something big coming up next year that I feel like everybody on the screen is going to be involved with somehow, some way. And it's pretty exciting watching the rollout of all these drivers that are invited by invitation only to the World Series of Pro Mod.
Very cool.
They are doing a good job marketing this whole thing. I every day there's somebody new. I mean, again, I don't know how he does his business, but I'm sure they got them all stacked out, and he just rolls it out marketing wise. Every day there's something new.
Wes and Mike and JT and Nate and all them, they do a very good job. Like Wes is the big idea guy, and he loves drag racing and excitement more than anody, and they've really got their ducks in a row for this, especially with having the Door Slammer Nationals and the previous World Series of Pro Mod and all of that. I think that they've really mastered it and got to a point where they know exactly the identity of this race, whereas the last few years they were kind of trying to figure it out. And I'm super excited, like involved on a personal level, involved on a flow level with you guys. Like I'm pumped. I think this is going to be one of the races of the year.
Well,
Courtney, what do you? Oh, good. Sorry, Joe.
I was just going to say, whatever I have to say is not as important as what you were going to say. I bet
no.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
No. I was going to say, Courtney, if you were to, let's say, produce a drag racing event, what would be the one thing you would want to see, like that would like shake it up, be like totally different that you have never seen before? Because Joe and I are talking about some fun things that could possibly happen at this event, and he has
the World Series of Pro Mod dancers, right?
Yes, like the Laker dancers. Could you imagine something like that in between rounds to start every round off?
I have a list of girls. Let's talk about it.
It would be amazing.
World Series of Pro Mod dancers. And what Jason is doing is taking our little creative meeting we had yesterday while I was driving.
And putting it on blast.
Bringing it on the air.
That's what we were talking about.
It's got to be fan involved. Like I loved when they did the chip draw. I love the grudge stuff. I love all of that. But you've got to keep people in the stands too. Because I just came from the World Cup finals, which I had never been to. And not a soul, not an ass left those freaking stands for 4 days straight. All day from 7 a.m. to midnight, those MFers were packed. And it was because of stuff that they were doing, like at the Stampede of Speed Show, where they had the rodeo man kind of bouncing around, doing all that kind of stuff. I think that's getting the fans involved. Got to get the fans involved. And what better than some Laker dancers, baby?
Yes, exactly. Right? Like they go out and they do a little number. Just listen, there's no such thing as a bad idea, right? Like when Wes said, hey, we want this thing to be the biggest thing that has ever happened as best as we can, right? Like all ideas are open. I'm open to hear everything. That's great. That's
Joe. Yes. What about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the swashbucklers, the cheerleaders rolling out there one day and they sign autographs? It's amazing.
I don't know. I think that's right. There's no bad ideas. All right. So that's good. And we'll be talking more about that on WFO into the next year. Vic wants to know what you're drinking, Courtney.
I am actually, they do not pay me, and I would really appreciate if they did, even just in wine, but I am a Bright Cellars wine subscription gal.
Really?
And today I am drinking the Daytime Dry white blend. Oh, it's a Sauvignon Blanc. Just kidding. So I'm trying today's deal because it's a little too early for red wine because my mother, Janet Lee, is on her way. So that'll happen then. And she's probably listening and will comment and tell everybody she's on her way. And she also made this cup for me. She painted it.
You leave Janet alone.
Janet's the whole thing.
My friend, and I like Janet.
Joe loves Janet.
Janet is the whole thing. Janet's a mood. Janet's a vibe. Janet is a destination.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if y'all have ever interacted with Janet on Facebook, cheerio.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. You'll never wonder where I get my tood from.
Ooh, right. Jello wrestling, good call.
Jello wrestling. Hey, okay, but see, now I think that maybe jumps the shark a little bit. It maybe jumps the shark. Just
Joe, what if we get a hot tub and we put it right by the starting line, like they do at arena football? Oh my God, this is
okay. Well, we still have women drag racing fans. Okay,
we'll put hot guys in there. I don't care.
Right.
Now we're talking.
That was wrong of you to assume that would be women Jello wrestling.
Right.
Like it's going to be, co-branded. Like it could be guys or girls. It could be anything. No bad idea.
Yeah, stripes.
Exactly.
I want to see drag racers race fans on foot. I've always wanted to see that, like race a racer on the track on foot.
That's a good call.
Yeah, that doesn't interest me. Sorry.
No, they're not athletic. Like, let's look at the bundle of them. They're not the most athletic bunch.
That's why they drive a car, because that gets them from point A to B.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, that's
why it's funny. What are you going to get Richard Freeman out there hopping along?
He's better now.
He'd be like, hey, that is some Bullshit.
Actually, he probably beat somebody now. He's freaking Speedy gone lightly.
Yes, exactly. So someone out there who I don't know what it is says, cheers, Pep Boys in the house. This person volunteers as a dancer. This person actually likes me. Vic is engaged, very combined with a beer fest and fireworks. Well, that's what the Stampede of Speed was all about. What a great event, by the way, Stampede of Speed. I was going to say Fat Man sprints on the racetrack. So Corey is involved with what you're saying and all that. Oh, Earl Nichols out there. Cray Courtney. Gotta love her. She gives a first class seat to sit with her racer friends. Is that true? Would you give up your first class seat?
I have, but I don't know what he's talking about. But I think he might be making fun of me because one time I got asked to leave the airplane.
No, I don't think that's it.
Courtney ain't giving no first class seat up.
I have given it up. I have to sit with. Yeah, one time I wanted. Yeah, I did that.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, when someone accuses you of doing something good, you just say yes. You just say.
I wanted to sit with my friends in the back.
Well, isn't that great? Isn't that great? I, on the other hand, am not giving up a first class.
Jason, you stop your head.
I'm not giving up first class. Courtney and I are in a group chat called Travel Woes, and there's no way, unless something special is happening someplace else on a plane, is Courtney giving up a first class seat. Not happening.
Speaking of which, we all flew together the other day. I guess we're kind of working backwards, but wasn't that great coming back from the
That was
finals?
the last breath of the 2022 season was that photo.
That photo. This is it. This is how 2022 ended. I have no idea how it started.
Put that back. Wait, what was Jason doing with his stance in his hand? What is he doing? What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just standing there. It was cold. It was like 40 degrees in there.
And Kurt's like, oh my God, I'm got to be seen with these people.
Poor Kurt. Did I invite Kurt to be on this deal? I forgot. He'll be on Christmas.
We talked about it. I love Kurt.
Yeah.
Kurt, I vote Kurt Spittler here.
He's the best.
The best new addition to NHRA 2022 and a half.
Couldn't agree more.
He's still so wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like, he didn't know who Lenny from Ticketing was. And I was like, how do you not know who Lenny from Ticketing is?
He's learning, though. He's getting it.
Yeah.
He's getting it.
And you know what? Here's the thing about Kurt. Kurt, for those that don't know, and you'll hear from Kurt eventually on WFO. And I hate putting up the photo of Kurt because it blocks out Courtney. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem.
Oh, no, Kurt wins all day. They know what I look like.
Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can. Let's see what I can do here.
For an hour.
Oh, look at that. Now we have no problem. Okay. Now, thank you, Jason, for volunteering to go into the back when Courtney flies first class. This guy does the top end, the raw emotion videos and countless other things, right? But that, I think, is his like cornerstone, those raw emotion videos. And that is the thing we needed the most to capture that moment. Your sister getting out, like, to me, the moment that I will remember the most, I think, from the entire season is Erica getting out of her car and walking over to Greg. And Greg either had just finished his interview with Amanda or not. And she goes, I'm going to try to act it out. She goes, and they laughed and they hugged and they had
the F word.
It was the big F word. It was fudge.
It was like, I'm already the champ, but I really wanted to win, and I can't be mad because then I'm a baby, but fuck.
Every emotion wrapped into one word and one act at once. It was awesome. So many great things happen at the top end down there, and nobody gets to see them until Kurt. And now Kurt is doing a good job. So
I always tell him, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm always up in your way. But like the top end for a person in my position with a race team, like me and those Sarah Slaughters of the world, like that's a busy time up there. And we're getting our drivers in line. They're sipping on the champagne, but they need to be here. And like, I feel like I'm always bumping into Kurt. And I just, at one point I looked right in the camera and I go, sorry. And he ended up using it. I'm like, don't use that.
Sorry.
Well, you got to use that. You got to use that. So great stuff. Great job by Kurt. All right. So let's, any finals, any season stuff. Let me put this to Jason because Jason is obviously the least interested in drag racing. So
right, yeah. Can you still see me, by the way? My thing is like,
I can. Okay, cool. I can see you. You have no background though. It's just like a blurry white background. It's just,
I don't know. It's my thing is just like spinning around, but
he's in prison.
The other thing was more the internet today. Like it's right before the show, I get a message from StreamYard and it's like, YouTube is all messed up. And I'm like, oh no.
Right on.
Is Jason wearing an Orlando City shirt?
I am.
Yeah.
Astro, baby.
Don't mess with Mac. There you go.
Astros.
Yeah.
What is that, Mac? Like Mattress Mac?
Yes, he got in a fight in the Philly grandstands, and I bought this on Instagram drinking wine one night.
I like it. Everybody loves Mattress Mac. They were talking about him on the stock show the other day. Joe Lee Stanfield out there. I think the Low Zone needs more limelight at the races. More limelight for the Low Zone. Second place in the big return, 2022, and it is the return of the Low Zone, right? Like a new persona. Once upon a time, he was NHRA All Access. Now he's the Low Zone. And I actually think
yellow.
Jason, this finished your first season back after the doom brought upon you by the pandemic.
Right. Yeah, it was good. I mean, let me tell you, it usually takes me about, like, from Pomona to Gainesville to get my sea legs back. Because, you're like, oh, God, I took 2 months off trying to get it back together. I'm like, oh, I got to be at the track at this time. I got to do blah, 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 blah. By Gainesville, I got it. Yeah, it took me probably Houston, first Charlotte maybe. And I was like, all right, finally, we got it. But,
by Norwalk, Norwalk, I had it all figured out.
Listen, it was
Pomona too. We were good.
Yeah, we were good. I knew what I was doing. It was fun. It was a good time. Like we were talking about in Vegas, Joe. You and I became mini celebrities this year. People are like, "Hey, we like." Yeah, listen, this drag racing enclave of fans. They're the fans that just love cars going down the track, and then there's fans that like what we do and all that fun stuff. It took them a second to get on board with what we were doing. Like what I was doing, playing music. I get people like, hey, you need to play this. You got to play that. Why are you playing so much of this? What's going on with that? And but I think by Vegas too, we were like, okay, we get it. You're here. You're not going anywhere. I guess we're gonna put up with you. And
you play to the music too, or the people too. Like when Randy Lynn walks out, you play her song. Like it shows that you have a rapport and we interact with you, and it's cool.
Yeah, and I think that again, I always say music takes you back to whatever time you heard that song. Hey, I remember hearing Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe for the first time. Or, I'll never forget. When the first time I heard Love Shack, I'm driving down Peachtree Boulevard in Atlanta, and I just remember exactly what I was doing. And I'm like, okay, music takes you back.
It does.
Whatever it is. And,
power of music.
And it brings up emotions and feelings and things like that, whatever it is. And it can be done wherever you are. And so I thought that was a cool thing this year.
I still don't have a walkout song.
Yeah, that was a deep take by Jason Logan. Very deep take. The music.
Listen, sometimes, yeah, I could do it. I told you, Courtney, what your song is. I just can't play it out loud.
I know.
Racetrack.
So Earl Nichols, who won his first NHRA national event and top alcohol dragster this year, says that you gave him your seat.
Oh, good. I was thinking it was another time. Okay.
No. She gave me her seat.
When was this?
Yeah, how on earth are you accepting her seat?
I do so many good deeds. I can't keep track.
The same way.
Look at her laughing at that statement. She's laughing so hard at that statement.
No, I do remember that. And it was, I think, my crew of Chase and Alex and everybody was in the back, and I gave it my seat.
That's
good.
Hey,
can I ask a question, Courtney? Speaking of our boy Chase, you guys are posting an end of an era with this whole team. What's going? Can we talk about what's going on?
Yes, let me rumor control my sister. And
what's up with Erica Enders for the future?
She's unhinged. This is why we don't allow her to post on her own social. Because she says stuff, and then my phone blows up. So we're getting ready for the banquet. It's a hectic day. My phone is blowing up. It's my birthday. We're getting ready. I got 58 freaking females in my room. It's a whole estrogen fest. And my phone starts blowing up, and it's like, need to confirm Erica's retirement. Is Erica retiring? And like, NHRA is freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? She writes this cryptic post with the 4 of us that are team red on the starting line. And it says like, end of an era, yada, yada, yada. Here's the real story. Okay. Chase is getting a promotion. Chase is no longer driving the rig. He is no longer in charge of the red car. He is going to be moving up. I don't know the official position or to say or whatever, but he is going up into the crew chief lounge, and he's going to be more of a managerial situation and going to be learning.
By the way,
tuning.
Hard worker.
Yep.
Good guy. Deserves
it. Yeah, we had to keep Jenna happy, and keeping Chase on the road was not keeping Jenna happy. So Chase is going to be the fly-in guy to keep Jenna happy. And so he's actually moving on, staying in the organization, and we are going to have an entirely new Team Red next year. And Erica was feeling very nostalgic. We've had the same 4 or 5 of us for a really long time. And it's just going to look a little different next year. We've even got 1 or 2 fuel guys coming over to work with us. And so just the team red's going to look different. Erica's still driving. This is why we don't allow our celebrities to post on their own socials, people. PR people, beware. There needs to be some kind of app that's like, the actual star tweeted, do you want to approve this tweet? And then I tell her, I'm like, you can't just do that. And she goes, yeah, I can. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can, but like, you can't.
Well, she people will assume the worst.
Right.
That's
That's
the natural way things work. People will assume the worst. And Erica is retiring, or Erica.
Let me be the first of Erica's PR committee to confirm Erica Enders is not retiring. We will be back. We have the new sponsor of JHG, and just Chase Freeman is moving on up.
Yeah,
okay, very good.
We missed Chase already, but he'll be much happier, Chase, and that'll be good.
By the way,
yes.
Oh, sorry, go. Never mind.
Well, I was just gonna say JHC on board with you and Bo. That's kind of a cool thing too. Jason and Nikki, those are cool people, and for them to be out there and say like, oh man, of all the stuff I want to be involved in, I want to be involved in pro stock, says a lot about them, I think.
Yes, they love it. They are car people. And I think within the drag racing community, like, we love all sorts of drag racing, but there is a very different type of brain and gearhead that likes the nitro cars or likes pro stock cars. And he's a gearhead. And Joe, you've seen his garage. It's second to literally no one on the planet of Earth. And I love it. And they love to win. And that's literally what he said. He goes, we love to win and we want to be on board and we want to win. And so they're getting on the red car. And it's going to be fun. And Nikki's amazing. I'm so happy. We've struggled through the 10 years at Elite to find like women that we like in our pit. And there's so many stories for that. But right now we have a solid group of, can I say bitches? We got a solid group of bitches.
Bitch back. You drive the bitch back. This is WFO.
Right.
I don't.
They're my bitches, And so we've got Jenna, we've got Hollywood's wife Doreen, we've got Sarah, we've got Randy Lynn. Eric and I have been such good friends for a really long time, and we finally feel like we kind of have this like little army of bitches, and we love it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Mark Stock.
Yeah, there is. You have put
another car for the 5th time. I just need Richard to quit giving them away, is what Stockseth says. Gotta love Mark Stockseth.
Yeah, you put a lot of estrogen in that pit crew where it was all.
I'm not here for it. Normally, I used to have like a limit. Like literally, my guys would give me pit, and there was a limit of women allowed in our pit, and I would run them off. Ask a couple of them. I've run a few off.
I've seen you do it, and I'm like, and all of a sudden it was all guys and you and Erica, and then all of a sudden here comes girls in there, like, okay, soften it up.
There's an approval process. Like exactly. Walt gets it. Walt's been there. There's an approval process. Like you got to be a certain kind of broad to hang in our pit. And it's not like Blake, our buddy Blake, Blaze, bless his heart, works on Aaron's car. He drug one to a race this year and we had to veto him, and he's no longer allowed to bring bitches because it just didn't work.
Oh yeah, that's always good. And it's like Teeter on the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. They let Teeter in the bunkhouse.
And all of a sudden, that's Teeter.
Yeah, that's what I see out of you guys. Joe, do you know that reference? Do you know who Teeter is?
I don't. I'm not. No.
The answer is unfortunate, Joe.
I don't watch Yellowstone. Why? Do I need to?
Oh my God, yes.
It's only the #1 streaming show in history, and right now it's like #1 in the world. Right?
I go against the grain, man. Like the old West. I'm not that interested.
I do too, but I just told Dion the other day. I said it has politics, it has sex, it has drama, it has booze, it has fighting, it has cowboys and Indians. Like it's incredible. It's incredible.
All right. I mean, I'm not against watching it. I'm always looking for new shows. I got my new show, Tulsa King, with Sylvester Stallone that I'm watching on Paramount. Not yet. It's got the potential to be good, and I invite everybody to watch it because it's fresh and but the problem with now is that everybody's doing their own thing, right? Like, look, you guys have already watched it all, and I'm way behind, and so I feel excluded. Whereas back in the day, we all watched shows together. And that's a problem. Well, so this Tulsa King, I'm trying to get everybody to watch it so we could be watching something together.
Joe, I'll binge watch anything with you, Joe. We can have a weekly date. Like, I love you. We can have a weekly binge date.
Okay, so we'll get in on Tulsa King. Well, Sylvester Stallone, he's a mobster that just
I wrote
got
it down. I'm not kidding.
25 years. He kept his mouth shut. He didn't rat on his friends. And now they gave him Tulsa. And so he's setting up shop in Tulsa doing mob stuff. It's okay. It's developing. I will check out Yellowstone because not only everyone, but you guys have recommended it.
Joe, the first season alone on Yellowstone is when I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching it. Because it was Kevin Costner, get off my land guy.
Yeah.
Get off my front yard.
Get off my land.
Yeah, but now,
Don't
bro.
you talk about my silver fox like that.
Nah, he's okay. He's Kevin
identify.
Okay.
Like,
Hey, I have a racing related conversation if y'all want to talk about that. Because I have a list. I brought stuff.
Okay, so just so you know, Courtney, if you use red ink on a red pad, we can't see it. That looks blank to us.
It's black.
Oh, okay, now there it is. But previously, it was.
Look at
just
my nails.
blank
They're still
square.
from Vegas.
I have no notes. No notes. But
Well,
okay.
I want to know,
Let's
and
see.
Courtney, you can't choose your sister. What is everybody's? You got to think fast. You can't think too much. Jason first, because you care the least. What was the coolest on-track moment of 2022?
I have no idea. Honestly, I have.
Just anything that sticks out. Like coolest win, like Angie winning Pomona was a big one for me. Like that's freaking sick. And she didn't even have to beat Matt. Like just anything that stuck out, Joe.
Well, okay, so Taylor Vetter driving on the side of the wall to win her first race is pretty freaking crazy, right? Like Ross Chastain gets worldwide pub, but he didn't drive on the side of the wall. He wasn't inverted. She was inverted.
She was inverted.
That was crazy. Erica at Bristol, when the cockpit filled with smoke and she kept going, cool. That was super cool. And Aaron's having problems and we don't know who's going to win. It's like a crazy pro stock pedal fest.
That was wild. That
was wild. There were a couple that's just right off the top of my head. I've got a couple for you. Honestly, Caps in the final round, sending it to risk the championship, right? Risking.
We didn't come here to lose.
So there
I
were
thought John Force's car blowing up in the finals was kind of cool.
That was cool.
There was a bunch.
Oh, look at that.
You want to know mine? I have two.
Yes, I would like to know yours.
One, Joey Gladstone, Sonoma.
Bang.
So rad. Amazing. Two.
Courtney, wait, no, dig deeper on that one because you were there for the moment where it wasn't just me, but we captured the cosmic force and we were able to read and interpret prior to first round that this guy was winning.
I'm a witch, bro. Spooky season is every season for me. I'm a witch. I called it. And you even said, Courtney, maybe not say that. Like you were like a little, should we? And I told Joey Gladstone Sunday morning, you're winning this MFer and then they're going to roll. And what did he do? He won and they rolled. And I love it. And then two, this may say something about me. I cried a little when Ron Capps won Indy.
Yeah.
I cried a little when Ron Capps won Indy.
Yeah. I remember. I know what mine is.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, it's because
I was always, for you.
We needed to do that. Only because I was way too close to the starting line every race I was at, and with no shade, no anything. And in Brainerd, when that sportsman car blew his freaking hood scoop, it went like 500 feet up. Not that high, but it went pretty high. It was up in the air for 10 seconds. I'm going,
cool.
Oh my God, that thing's going to land on me. And it landed in the right lane. It was nowhere near me. But still, I went up. You were there?
Yeah, I wasn't there.
I'm seeing the comeback of Austin Prock. That was cool too.
Yeah. Well, Parker Theobald says Bob Locke got to win the championship. Got to win the race to win the championship. Yeah. And you do.
And almost didn't go. Said he wasn't going to go. Randy Lynn had showed us this text where he's like, "It's not worth it. I can't do it." And she's like, "You have to."
Yeah. No, and he did, and he won it. That's just amazing. Selena says Joe dressing up as Joey Gladstone for Halloween.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That was funny.
Y'all, I figured out who I'm going to be for Halloween next year, and I can't tell you, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to top Shirley and Irene and all of it.
I don't know. The Shirley thing was pretty good.
Irene was the greatest of all time.
Yes.
That's because I acted like her.
It was the best. You were so on her at the start of that. And her reaction to you was absolutely the greatest thing ever.
Stop it.
She's awesome.
They got to be champions this year. They got to win a world championship.
That was pretty cool. Ryan Pretty finally getting her done.
Yeah. All right. So let's, we can keep the conversation going, but I just want to share some of the interesting stuff, photos that we have both shared. You mentioned Ron Capps. This is one that I captured of Ron, a little blurry because of low light, but.
Oh.
Ron and John Force. Like, this is an awards after party, Jason, the after party. What'd you think of Pachanga, guys?
All right. You ready?
Is that good? Are we happy with that?
Go, Jason.
I'm happy with it only because we're all in the same spot doing the whole thing. I'm not happy with the only place I ate in that place was that cafe.
Okay, look. We used to have to drive to LA first off.
Oh, I'm happy with that. No way.
Fly out of LAX, double kill me.
No.
You can't go anywhere. Like, you have to walk across Hollywood Boulevard to go get a freaking bagel at Starbucks in the morning. Everything was right here. And I feel like we got more bang for our buck. Like, the meal was better. Maybe it was the venue was cheaper so that they were able to do bigger stuff. Like, I enjoyed it. And our guys got to go golfing and we were all just on site doing the girl stuff in the morning. And they had that one diner that was open till, well, Joe, we were there till all hours of the night.
It was open 24/7.
And I enjoyed it. I say, let's go back. It was an hour from Ontario. The next morning was easy. Oh yeah. Those eyes that I have, that's 2 a.m. eyes.
Okay. So Jason Logan, like, let's give the story behind this. We're kind of working backwards, which is fine.
That's how we do it here.
Yeah. Jason Logan, you were receiving text after text. Like, why are you not coming down for a beverage, Jason? Jason, where are you? What happened, Jason? Because it went from this, and it went from this.
Oh no! And then it took a turn.
And it went from this.
Go back to that.
Oh my God! I'm used to wrapping salt and pepper. Get in my belly. Amazing.
Go back to see that glass right there. You're shooting up.
Yeah.
There were like 12 of those glasses on my table by the end.
Try 25.
Yeah,
25.
You were complaining that you couldn't get a drink. That was your big knock on the after party. I had no problem getting drinks. Every time somebody requested a song, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on. There were full vodka sodas on my table the entire night. And when 1 o'clock rolled around, because I couldn't drink during the show because I had to actually work. And our boss said,
he looked down at me at one point and he goes, "All these cups, mine."
I was making up for lost time because you guys all had cocktails. Joe actually snuck me a cocktail during the awards banquet.
Got in trouble for that, by the way.
Maybe it was Lenny. Do you think Lenny did it?
Yeah, it was Lenny. It wasn't me. It was Lenny.
It was like, but I was like, okay, I'm ready to go now. And Chase made the best. Chase Freeman's request set the place on fire.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Brightside.
So
yeah, that was pretty good.
Do you want me to tell this story, Joe?
Yeah, you can. Well, so it's a great story to tell. Tell whatever story you want. I don't care what story you tell. But
so this, yeah. When my boss is like, "Hey, you get to DJ the banquet."
Oh, don't tell that story. No, go ahead.
You don't want me to tell that story?
Go ahead.
It's Lenny's fault. It's always Lenny's fault.
Always.
So, yeah, Selena just said, J-Lo and I drank all the Buffalo Trace at the wedding, at Bo and Randy Lynn's wedding. Yes, we did. I had to leave early that night, too. Anyways, so everybody wants hip-hop. Everybody wants, people are like, yo, you got to play this, you got to play that. I'm like, hold on a second. I got to, and there was one person that was asking for it. I'm like, yo, I got to play something for the white people in this place. And Jason walked up and said,
which is literally everyone.
Yeah, everyone's white. There's like 10 black people. Okay, whatever.
That's not true.
So I go watch, and Chase and said, "Hey, yo, you got to play Mr. Brightside." I go, "Okay, watch this." And man, I was drunk enough that I grabbed the mic and I started singing and yelling that stupid song. And Chase and Courtney ran out. The whole place erupted. This was at like 11 o'clock, and we went to like 1.
My cat was sore from jumping.
Yeah. It was crazy. Everyone's singing. Everyone's jumping on top of each other. And I look at this person who's sitting down. I go, that's for all the white people. and I go, come on, all you white people, let's sing it. And they're all going crazy. And all of a sudden, one of the VPs of NHRA walked right in front of me. And I said his name, and I looked at the person who was at the table. I go, that guy's super white. And she went crazy.
Spit take?
It was a spit take. It was it might have been my greatest line I've ever said because I said it in just
that song pivoted the evening.
It really did. And so the whole theme of the deal is that it's a giant. We've all been to different events over our lives. Like I think of going to bar mitzvahs when I was a kid, where there's the room and then there's the after party. And so there was the big room, and the room was great. That's where the awards thing happened. And then there was an after party in like a back room area. They raised the wall.
Like opened up. Like all of a sudden it was like, whoa.
But nobody knew that was the case. Like everybody was out in like the little lounge area. Where's the after party? It's right in there, man. It's right in there. And They were all like trying to get a beverage. And when they finally figured it out and went in there, it was great. But you're absolutely right. It set off the whole deal. So Jason says that this is not going to get flagged and mute the deal on the YouTube. But let's see what happens. It's a big moment.
Oh, I'm in that one for sure.
Chase is back there with his hands.
Oh, I see my red dress. I'm bitching at Casey. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just lower the volume, and then they'll be confused for a second. Like,
man, it's fucking hopping. Sorry.
That's like 11:30.
These are all track racers. They're all doing it. I don't know what the heck.
You got like Ron Capps to freaking John Badia up in that group. You don't know who's in that group.
John and Don is there. Kurt is there. Everybody is there.
You know who wasn't there? It was Eric Enders. Eric Enders didn't go to her own after party.
What?
Look, I got called. As you know, we had the championship trophy at our diner dinner at 2 a.m, Joe, because I got called at 1:30 in the morning. I was playing a little blackjack, and I got called, and Melissa, John, Evan, I had missed calls from everyone. And I like to point this out. They'd all texted me too. And it's 1:30 in the morning after the banquet. I wasn't looking at my phone. And finally I look at it and I was like, oh no, something's really wrong. And so I called Melissa back first. And she answered the phone and she's like, first off, low key, I told them you'd call me back first. Second off, we have the trophy here. So I had to lug my happy ass with Jenna back, which we've got 2 of the smallest muscles in America, to go get this trophy. And we ended up having it with us the rest of the evening in the casino.
Which is great because it made a perfect prop for the late night diner dinner at 4 a.m. whenever it was.
But hey, Joe, also tell me how good Amanda Busick was singing Salt and Pepper.
I cannot tell you. We were all mesmerized. At one point, we were all just doing our own thing, and then we all just were staring. And Kyle Bates and Casey Freeman were next to me, and I tapped Casey and I said, did we all just fall in love with Amanda Busick? And he went,
we did. Well, not like Jason and I did. We did again.
She was incredible. She was absolutely incredible.
But
so Courtney.
Yeah, no, I know. I heard that story.
I don't.
I heard that story.
She was like, Jason, you have to play. After I got done doing Mr. Brightside, the place is going, you got to play Salt and Pepper. And I'm like, okay, I'll play it. And she was sitting there waiting patiently. She was like,
and then she unleashed the beast.
Well, and I waited. I was specifically not playing it because I was like, all right, she was ready to go. And she was like,
she was hand motions, this and that. I mean, she was doing it perfect. And then when she got done, like her and I graduated the same year. We're 3 days apart. We graduated the same year in high school. We have this 05 is a different vibe of group, and we are a rare breed of people. And as soon as she got done, like I went up and hugged her, and she did this thing I'd never seen. She was like, 05, bitch. And we did this, and I was like, what happened?
That's the best. Yeah, it was. I was dreading doing DJ at the banquet, but man, after Mr. Brightside,
phenomenal night. That was the best birthday party you've ever thrown me.
Yeah, it was your birthday that night at midnight, right? Like it became your birthday or the night before?
It was. Mine was all day, and then Chase's birthday was at midnight. We do this big passing of the torch at midnight because he gets all jealous that it's both of our birthdays.
Right.
Well, who else? It was it
Ariana?
Ariana's birthday.
But the messed up part is I remember when Antron's daughter, when she was born, and I thought it was cool that Antron had a baby on my birthday, and she turned 21 that night. So that's fun.
Right.
Yikes. That's not fun. That's not fun. Sorry. But I did like seeing Antron and Ariana out there doing the kid and play kick step.
It was awesome. That was a big part of my list here was talk about the banquet because I feel like it's underrated and people kind of scoff at it and they're like, oh, the after party. But like, dude, it's like our prom. Like I know we say that and it seems cliche, but we get to actually let loose. Like I booty danced with Jason Gallagher's wife. You know, like that some shit goes down at the banquet.
It does. No, it's the best ever. It's the best. It's really great because at prom, right? And I assume, you know, everybody goes to their prom for the most part. You don't like everybody, right? You've got like people to get along with. In this community, I feel like everybody gets along. There's a reason to go connect with everybody at some point. And it was just
no fights this year either.
No fights, Jason.
No. And by the way, that was a spectacular looking room as well.
It looks good.
I'm talking about the people that were there.
I didn't like the way I looked.
Courtney, you look tremendous.
Look, this is not a thirst trap.
No,
I was not happy with the way it all came together, and I was pissed.
I agree with you, Courtney. I feel the same way. I feel the same way for a slightly different reason.
Twins.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was
the audience listening. Okay. When girls buy dresses for the banquet, we talk about it. We send each other photos of our dresses and we say okay, that's too similar to this girl's. And some people are like, it doesn't matter, but it does because that's all people talk about all night long. And they want to take pictures with people who match. How do the men feel when you match, boy?
I loved it.
Yeah. Well,
did you love it?
I really don't care. The answer is I really didn't care. But I was told by Carducci that this is going to be a unique look.
Carducci tells you what you want to hear.
I know, apparently.
Listen, here's the problem, Joe. Here's the problem.
What is the
problem? Know this or not, but I'm a little overweight. Here, I'll just stand up.
I was unaware of that, Jason. Stand by.
Belly.
You've always told me fat is funny and you can't lose weight because then you won't be funny.
Oh, right. He would be less funny.
He was like, I got something great for you. I got something red. It's gonna be a fire, dude. When this thing came out of the back, it looked like my grandmother's dinner table, like the what's it called, tablecloth. I was like, oh my god, this thing is absolutely crazy. I go, this is gonna be awesome. Didn't fit. He went back 4 different times, and he was so proud of himself that he found a jacket that fit, and he was like, the Dooch has got it. Nothing.
He really is the man. He makes it easy for you guys. Let's give him a shout out because all you guys have to do is go get it fitted at the track, show up, it's there, leave it. He takes care of it.
Drop it off at the desk like it's the most convenient thing that's ever happened. You go to the Dooch, he shows up at the track, you get measured, he measures you in 10 seconds, he picks something out for you, and then the guy you just drop it off. And this is where I want to shout out to Adam Cave. Dooch did not include a bow tie in my deal this time. And Adam Cave saved the day by delivering one. Ladies and gentlemen, Carducci. The Dooch,
he really is the best.
30 years. Like, I get emotional about like the dumbest things. And I'm thinking about, maybe this isn't dumb, but this guy and his family, and he's been involved with NHRA drag racing for 30 years. And this one weekend a year, this guy measures like 300 tuxedos, and he goes
stack of papers
and he sews them himself, little alterations, whatever. It's not like he's making it, but still it's a lot of work. He works through the night. I asked him, like, do you sleep? No sleep, no anything. For 3 days he's just up going and he goes, this is how I feed my family. And the Dooch, man, Carducci,
what a guy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, the money that guy makes on this weekend, I'm sure he feels like he's giving away the shop, but that dude's making money.
That's what I said. I said as we walked away we had like 73 people at the banquet for Elite, right? I said, what an account to have the NHRA banquet just monopolized.
Well,
yeah. And listen, I was there getting my tux from when all the Elite guys were there.
This guy is not like Men's Warehouse, okay? Like when you go to a restaurant, we're out and about, we're in a new city. Are we going to Red Lobster? We're not going to Red Lobster. We're going to like a local place that's cool from that region because that's the deal. And the idea that we have a deal with a mom and pop shop, Carducci, his daughter is there. He knows us throughout the whole shop. You've got these great autographed photos of celebrities. Frank Sinatra has got a tux from him, and or there's a picture in his place. And it's all drag racing because I don't really know.
He loves Brandon Bernstein. He thinks Brandon
Who
Bernstein.
doesn't?
Let me tell you, Brandon, the night before we went to go get our tuxes, Richard, Brandon, we're all sitting there talking around the hotel lobby.
Hi, Richard?
Yeah, you're Richard Freeman. And he was like, they're like, what time are you getting there? And Brandon's like, I don't know. I'm just going to go walk in and get my stuff. And I'm like, I got to get there before Brandon. I rolled in at 8:15. All the elite guys are there. There must be 20 people in front. Brandon and J.R. Todd are in the back. And I'm like at least I beat Brandon. And Richard goes, no, you fucking didn't. And by the way, I love Richard Freeman on so many different. I can listen to that guy talk all day long. And I'm like, oh my God, it's 8:15. How did I not beat him here? Yeah, Brandon walks out. He's all like, yeah, VIP.
I had my guys trained. I said, because I wasn't going to be there Thursday. And I'm like, scared them to death. We have this big group text with 37 people in it. I said, if you're not there by this time, you can't go to the banquet, period. Like, I think I scared him.
I was there for 2 hours waiting to just put pants on.
Yeah,
$1,000 on a dress you didn't like I did.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I went on Saturday and I was in and out very rapidly.
Because you're Joe Castello. Hey, yeah. Joe Castello.
I was on
and you got the same one as Joe Castello.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, everybody was like, who wore it better? I go, look at Joe. Dude, white does not look good on me. I get washed out. But Joe looks.
You both looked good. You looked great.
I think you look better. Like, that's the thing.
No, you look.
I've learned about the tux deal. Okay, it really doesn't matter. You wear it. That's why I have surrendered to Carducci. Just whatever, man. Whatever. Put me in something cool.
Did you guys see Aaron Stanfield's?
Yeah, I talked to Aaron Stanfield.
He's very calm and just kind of. If you don't know him, you think, oh, he's just kind of like run of the mill. He told the dude, he said, do what you want. And I said, Aaron, do you realize what you just did there? And he's like, I don't know. And he showed up and he had this white with gold stitch, floral and green. I mean, and he was terrified and he looked phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I think the best tuxedo of the entire night was Chris Bostic's. He had something going on. First off, Chris Bostic's got the best hair in the NHRA. It used to be Joey Gladstone. No, Chris Bostic's. No, he's got the blonde.
Oh, that's Chris Offenbach or whatever. Yeah.
Chris Bostic's got the blonde. It's a little too much salad for the bowl. It's hanging out from the hat a little bit, but it's so sexy. And he had this powdered blue. Dude, I was like, Chris Bostic, look at you go, baby.
I am more of a fan of Mrs. Bostic, but that's my. She's got a good look going on.
I gave Mrs. Bostic a hard time. I'm like, why? I go. Might have been in Vegas at the Fan Fest. I'm like, who are you? Why are you hanging around this guy all night? I go, what is your deal? You're always around him. And she goes, I'm married to him. I go, oh, sorry.
I just looked it up on Facebook. You're talking that white with the blue velvet.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Bostic was good. Dave, one of the crew guys on Tasca's team. Okay. He had half black, just tux suit and half gold stuff going on, and it was right. And I was like, this is your own tuxedo, isn't it? He's like,
he did this branches. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, okay. Right. And I was like, dude, this is the look of the night. Everyone had a look of the night. All right, let's see what else is just photos that I got.
Oh, Tam Tam. Fun fact about Tam Tam.
Tell her.
Tamara, I could take a lesson from Tamara here because she got that at a thrift shop and I spent way too much on mine and hated it. And she looked like $1 million.
You know how much she spent?
$12. $12.
I love Tamara. Tamara is amazing. What else is fun about the banquet? And now we're getting into real happy hour stuff is seeing after midnight, who's really dancing with who and who, you start to see the team minglings that you didn't know that you needed to know.
I spotted it, Courtney.
I was there doing stuff.
I was like, somebody is following Courtney around like a little puppy dog. And this is entertaining. And I was like, look at that. Looky there.
And then Joe and I shared a dance.
We did. We danced. It was good stuff.
We danced very well.
Yeah, we did. It was well, let's get to the point. First of all, the after party took a while to get going. Thank God Jason finally got it in gear. But when it got into gear, it was really good. And
really good.
Pretty excited.
And Joe, if we're talking about it, I'm gonna link up the wedding to the banquet. And there was some stuff. We've got our fans on here, Joe. Let's talk about it. You and I had a very viral video after the wedding.
Yes, that was true.
Yeah, video. It was amazing. Taylor Swift could have used it in any of her numerous new music videos.
I don't have
Randy Lynn and Bo had a selfie station. If y'all haven't seen our social medias, go check out my Instagram.
Yeah,
his too. And they had a selfie station. And it was awesome. And we posted it and the world went fury.
Yeah, there was some rumors going around and it was very interesting. I can bring Jason back now. Like, I don't have the ability to get it. Like you'd have to email it to me. I don't think
it was a good video. But by the way, Courtney, you posted up at that 360 booth. You were at that booth. You never
met me? Did you think I was going to live anywhere else in that building?
It was so great. Listen, there was a half naked lady dancing in the other room, and you were over there holding court. Who wants to do a video? I
told the woman in charge at the very first. I said they were setting it up. I said I want to be first. She's like, all right. So Nikki and I went on there and we're first. And then I looked at her and I said, I'll be here all night, right here. And then on to the night, she's like, you didn't move.
Okay, so now we're talking. For those that don't know, the uninitiated out there, we're going back a race to Bo and Randy Lynn's wedding following up Vegas, which is great because to me it felt like all one thing, guys. Right?
By the way, Joe Castello, stop talking for 5 seconds.
Ew.
You married Bo and Randy Lynn. Not too many people.
What an honor,
Courtney. Yeah. How big of an applause did Joe Castello get? He got a bigger applause than Bo and Randy Lynn.
I'll say he did because when the days before it was like, who's going to do it? People were saying, I'm not kidding. People were telling me like, I didn't know. They're like, oh, it's someone in the industry. And I'm like, oh, is it? I know who it is. And like, I'm feeding into it. I'm like, oh, who could it be? And then Joe Castello walks out on stage and the 250 people in this small room, which also what an event to be invited to. Like I felt
it was good. It was good.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the event. That's the moment of the season for me. Like honestly,
I saw it in your face when you walked out and you stood there in your adorable tux and you just like soaked it in. Was it cool?
He looked so much better at Bo and Randy's wedding than he did at the banquet. You think he looked good at the banquet?
About me.
Listen, Courtney, he made you look good in that video. I apologize.
My jumper was fire. My freaking confetti jumper was fire.
You looked amazing too. But Joe Castello, I had a little man crush on Joe Castello that night. He got up and spoke very well. He married 2 people. I was like,
let's talk about the vows. The vows took 3 seconds.
Yeah, well, Joe's a man of God.
Seconds.
He's a man of God.
All me. I've been to weddings. I know that they stink. I know what goes wrong. So,
and Randy Lynn didn't want people being bored. The Bubble Man was incredible. I was captivated by the Bubble Man.
The Bubble Man.
We all were. Yeah. The guy in front of me, Courtney, I think was one of Randy Lynn or Bo's crazy relatives. He was commentating. Like, that's a rocket ship. Oh my God!
Can I show the video of us?
Yes. Go ahead. It's very exciting. Let me go full screen.
There it is.
Look at that.
Look at that video.
I can still say I don't remember. Look at us.
That's sexy. I'm not gonna lie. That's sexy.
You're right, Jason. You're right. I know it is.
No, you didn't have to do anything. You just let her do her thing. You show her off very well. Just hold your hand up. That was nice, Joe.
Thank you, Jason, because that's I actually got some accusations from my side of the world that I should have been doing more better job.
No, we discussed it. We said, be cool. Be cool.
Yeah.
It was also a high stress moment. I like to let people behind the camera a little bit. Courtney pulls me up there. I have 10 seconds to figure out what is this contraption? What is it going to do? What do I need to do to not look like a moron? Yeah. And
3, 2, 1, go.
Right. And so I was real happy that I pulled that part of it off.
It was the first one I posted. I took about 800 of those, and that's the one I posted.
I was one and done, Courtney. That was the only one I took the entire
That's all
night.
you needed. That's all you. Yeah. For one take, Joe. That's what we call you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Selena
is that one take, Joe? Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Selena and I did drink. Selena and I drink all the Buffalo Trace in that place. It was insane.
Oh, that is great.
I don't remember a lot about post midnight. I don't remember a lot.
Another evening where Jason disappeared, like late night. I'm thinking like, oh man, it's time to go hit the casino. Hey, Jason, you want to go play some blackjack? And he's like,
the night before, I had taken a nap at a bar after a Ferris wheel ride in the bar car. I got in trouble for that.
Yep,
I took a 5-minute nap. So all I needed was a 5-minute nap.
Here's Jason.
No, it was like this. I was at the bar like this.
Widely disseminated video.
There's a video out there.
Logan
but this is what people want, Joe. They want to see us be belligerent.
They do. No, they do.
But after that, we took our little friend Kurt, who's like 9 feet taller than us. We call him our little friend because he's young, because he wanted to learn how to play craps. I proceeded to go kill a craps table and make like $800. There he is. And you and Kurt decided to go away. And Jason Galvin and I walked back to the hotel. And I proceeded to go to Bally's on the way back to the hotel. And I'm in there, and they're ripping up the freaking floor. I was up till like 6 a.m. drinking and gambling, making money. But I took it down. I apologize. At 11:30.
If we're going to talk about that, like, and we want to keep it in industry talk, like, let's talk about the Fan Fest if we're continuing to go backwards in this journey that was the last few weeks, because that was freaking awesome. And let me tell you how I found the Fan Fest on Fremont Street, trying to find my sister, was Jason Logan's voice coming up over Fremont Street.
I didn't realize I was going to be all the way.
A mile. Your voice extended the entire length of Fremont Street. And that's how I found him too, Courtney. I parked and then, oh my God, Jason Logan.
Where did I go?
Exactly. And that
was a fun night. That was a good time.
No,
that was the night that Evan Jonat got a hero card autographed by me.
Wow. That's a big thing.
I got in trouble for not recognizing all of the world champions. So I'm walking around going, oh, there I am sleeping. That's the worst. I'm terrible.
But the best part is there's like 10 people all taking pictures.
You had to show the video.
There's so many videos of it.
It's not my video. It's Jason Galvin's video. And it's like, look at Jason and then look at everybody that's taking a video of Jason.
Jason, sometimes you just got to take a nap, bro.
Bro, that was it. I just needed a 5-minute like snooze fest. But the best.
Who are you texting? What are you zooming in on? Look at those fingers. Look at the thumb and index finger.
I was looking at pictures and I was like, oh, okay. And I just like
his like cerebral cortex was telling him he should be doing something, but the rest of him told him
I needed a 5-minute reset, and I got it there. But I continued to drink the rest of the night. So at the banquet or at the wedding, I slept from 1 o'clock till like 5:15, and the wedding started at 6. I could not wake up.
How do you do that?
I was just done. I was tired. And I started drinking. And that's why Selena and I were drinking all the Buffalo Trace, because I was like, all right, I'll just drink myself into, we'll get going here.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, no, it did not happen.
No, I was more excited about the wedding than anything. Like, we clinched Saturday night or Sunday night. I couldn't have given a shit because all I wanted to do was put on that confetti jumper and go, I'm like, Erica, can't you wait till Pomona like the rest of the people and let me have this wedding night? And she didn't. It was so rude.
It was
we really need to talk to her about that.
I think it was at Norwalk. I get a text from Bo and it's like, hey, can we see you about something? I was like, what did I do wrong? Right? It's always
a social media post.
But with Bo and Randy Lynn, there's no negative with them. So I'm kind of confused. And they asked me like, hey, would you do this? And I'm like, blown away. Wow. And they gave me a bunch of legitimate reasons that were all true. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. And so I was like, what do I need to do? Do I need to prepare? Do I need to sign any papers?
Three words, bro.
Right.
Till death do you.
So they're like, no, you don't have to do anything. But anyway, so as it got closer, I took it upon myself to do some research. And apparently I needed to do like a class online. And I did it and all of that. And so then I called Randy Lynn. I was like, oh my God, I got to get my paperwork in by a certain date. And I missed it. And all this is like, let my girl from the Cosmo call you. I was like, okay. And the girl called me,
people everywhere.
You don't have to do anything, man. Just show up. And I was like, oh, that's much better. And so I did show up, and Bo, they like make some drag racing references. It was Bo's idea to mention Randy Lynn running pro stock.
What? Yeah.
To drop in some news like nuggets that will make people interested. And, do you promise to try to get her a pro stock ride? Yes, I do. And it just turned out great. They did not want it to be boring. And so I did what I felt like.
It was fantastic.
Shortened it to the core, most important stuff.
I wanted more.
Good.
It was perfect, Joe.
I loved it. And I'm telling you, the Bubble Man had me like literally on the edge of my seat. And then you came out and I was like, this is going to be incredible. And then it was over and Randy Lynn came out in that hat that's worth more than my house.
She looked amazing. And I do 5 million weddings a year.
Well, she's the queen. She's the queen of all things perfect.
Looked so unbelievably good. I was like,
if you didn't go to that wedding expecting to see the coolest party you've ever been to, like There was 10 rooms in that place. I didn't even know there was a dessert room. There was a shot room. There was a dessert room. Yeah. Bruno was hanging out at the food room. Like, I'm like, where are all these people? I haven't seen you all night.
Right. And that was the best part. And then they had all these variety acts running around.
Yeah, the jugglers, the ballerina. The ballerina tried to get on my selfie station, and I said, you take your 12-year-old ass, get out of here.
Everybody loved the penguin bus, though. The penguin was fantastic.
Yeah.
What penguin?
The pizza was really good that they had there. That was really good.
There was pizza?
Oh, yeah. There was
I missed the pizza, Courtney. Apparently, there's a secret pizza place in the Cosmo, and they brought out pizza. I missed that. The penguin.
Good. I did the Shotsky. Did y'all do the Shotsky?
I didn't do that.
I did the Shotsky.
I did the Shotsky over in the lodge.
Brenna Coughlin had never taken a shot in her life, and I did the Shotsky with Brenna Coughlin.
Tremendous.
It was
I'm telling y'all, those of you who are listening, we are not exaggerating this. This was the coolest party I have ever been to. The pictures and what I kind of liked about it at first when I got all the pictures that we took, and I'm like, God, I can't get the blue out. I kind of like it because it's like if you weren't there, you weren't there. Like you can't even really post the pictures because we were all blue.
Yeah, nobody can. This is as good an event in drag racing history. Like honestly,
and with it running in, would you expect anything else? Like let's all bow down. She's the queen. She's literally the queen.
Yeah, it was tremendous. It was hopefully they can renew their vows every year or something. And do that.
I thought you were going to say hopefully they can stay together and.
Listen, they've been engaged for 15 years. If they don't stay together, like we all just need to go away.
Well, part of my deal in this organization is that they got to go through me first. If things go south, I got to get some say in there. Like I get to try to work it out. So we're good.
The best part was, Joe, that originally there was like, everybody wear a costume because it was Halloween night.
Yeah.
And only Alan Reinhart did. Only Alan Reinhart.
Or Alan.
And Alan came up to me. It was like he was like a 5-year-old. He came up and he goes, "Hey, what's up? Nobody's wearing costumes. I'm the only one wearing a costume." He had this wig on.
He was Disco Man.
He goes, "Yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay, see you later. Bye." And he went away. I'm like, what are you doing?
He came up to me because I had bell bottoms on my onesie that I was wearing. And he was like, "Oh, are you like disco too?" And I'm like, "No, bro, this is like a designer dress. It's Giovanni. So no, this isn't a costume."
I don't even know what to say.
But I told Joe he should dress like the Pope and marry him that way if we were all going to get in costume. He's like, "I can't do that. It's sacrilegious." I go, "Sacrilegious?" And then Kelly Wade, I said, "I'm going to go as a nun, and Joe's going to go as a pope, and I'll be his right hand person. I'll bless people and the whole thing." She goes, "That is sacrilegious. You cannot." I'm like,
"We don't have time for rules, Kelly Wade. This is fun. Okay, the PR is not on."
No, she has fun. She's total fun. She's fun.
I know, but she's our mom in the press booth.
Let me play the video of Jason. I know we're going back. It takes me some time to get things going. That everybody took, that everybody enjoyed. This is
me sleeping?
Jason. Yes.
Look at Brian.
Kudos to Jason Galvin for the footage, and
I needed a second, man. I needed a second. That's all.
To me, what's funny is like Brian and Amanda and all these people that are media types or whatever. You're used to seeing that. You see them in person, and you see them on a screen, but there they are, these characters in these weird videos that are getting put out. Right, as Logan is asleep.
Dude, it's so bad. Terribly. That's why I'm saying I had to drink beer today. I can't if I'm drinking. So here's the thing: we all on Sunday of Vegas too. We all Amanda Busick and I kind of coordinate people to go up on the high roller, and they have a bar.
I was not invited, much like you were not mentioned in Eric Ender's speech.
Wow,
you Courtney, you were always invited.
Oh,
we had to collect you the last time before the pandemic. You and Chase, and we collected you at a craps table or a blackjack table. I can't have this. You're always invited.
Yeah.
But maybe this year I go, she ain't coming.
Bullshit, I would have come.
Yeah, but you just won the championship, so you're not coming. So that's
right.
why.
That's the thing. You were at the track till late night.
I was drunk. I was having tequila pouring down my throat.
Yeah. So we were not asking for this one.
Yeah, no.
So we go, and it's like the happy hour, and it's really like 45 minutes, and we get in there, we lose our mind. And a lot of times we had what do we have? Joe Amato and his wife one year.
Oh my God, y'all did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have celebrity guests that show up. Well, this year's celebrity guest was Freiberger. I'm like,
oh, that's cool.
He was fine, but
I
no,
love Freiberger. Freiberger is awesome.
He has a lot of
he's fun, but he's not like Joe Amato or Don Prudhomme.
I think Freiberger would be the first to tell you that Amato is a cooler celebrity guest.
Of course. But it was all fun. But it was like, okay, it was like wah wah wah, and okay, this isn't as fun as it. Yeah, it wasn't as fun as it used to be. But it's still fun.
I thought it was fantastic.
I've never been on that. I've never been on the high roller.
Well, April's coming rapidly. Rapidly.
We'll do it in April.
The alcohol situation is not good.
Why?
Because it's garbage
Is it
alcohol.
one?
No,
so what happens? Yes, it is. So what happens is this thing takes like 45 minutes to go around. All right. And you get in the bar car and it's all you can drink for the 45 minutes. So that's like, yeah, Rachel.
Seems like a win.
Right.
Courtney,
but
yes.
the alcohol that I don't know. Maybe I was in a bad state of mind.
Joe, you're drinking Hendrick's dirty martinis.
What are you, Dion Walrath?
Yeah, he almost got into a fight at the banquet, Courtney, with the bartender. The first drink out the gate, he goes, "I want a Hendrick's martini." Oh, we don't do that here. What?
That's
Joe,
not
Joe, that's exactly what you did.
No, he didn't want to exchange the ticket for any kind of gin, and he was wrong, and I had to tell him, and he did not have to.
Joe, sometimes you got to let him know. Like I did the girl at the Pentatonics concert last night. Sometimes Courtney, you got to let him know.
If he didn't have a tux on, he might have walked away. But he was dressed to the nines. And he was like, that's not true. Because I think I just ordered one of those. And
here's an idea. Next year, in April, at the High Rollers, we go live on WFO.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
We'll clap
that's great
Courtney.
stuff. Hey, Courtney, you wanted to, 1 second. I don't know if I got it prepared. Yeah. Remember I told you about the penguin and you were like, what penguin?
What penguin?
This penguin.
I never saw that ass.
That's the half-naked lady who's up there. She had booby tassels.
Look at Brian Loans. Look at Brian Loans.
That's called pure joy. That is like pure joy.
Where was I on the selfie station?
I don't know. You were playing with the selfie station.
So that picture of Brian Loans, he's got one of me of watching the bubble guy from across the room, and I'm like this at the bubble guy going,
dude, the bubble guy was the way he talked so silently in British rock was amazing.
Oh, it was amazing. And you'll never see him again.
He made the bubbles go in the carousel.
He's got a residency in Japan, by the way.
He makes more than all of us together.
My next wedding, my first wedding, Jason Logan was the talent. Next wedding, Shelby Bubble Guy.
Bubble Guy.
Why not? Courtney, you don't want to know how much that guy cost. He was so.
Well, let's be real. If I'm going to get married again, like he'll cover it.
Yeah, but that guy, when I found out how much he was, I was like, "What?"
They shut down that show for the night. That's a Halloween night. They were supposed to have a show. They shut it down for that wedding.
The opium club or show or whatever it is where this thing happened.
None of us can afford it.
Bo and Randy Lynn, obviously, if you're out there watching, like, I think this is amazing. But so after it was all over, I'm spending, walking around the Cosmo, and there was a shoe shine booth, right? Like a shoe shine lady. And she's like, well, can I shine your shoes? And I was like, yeah. Let's do it. And so we're having a conversation and she's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, it was a wedding. And then she goes, where was the wedding? And I was, oh, the wedding was in opium. And she's like, we don't do weddings in opium.
For Randy Lynn, you do.
And I was like, she goes, I've worked here 10 years. I've never heard of a wedding in opium.
What I've learned is when Randy Lynn wants something, Randy Lynn gets it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And she is my queen and my idol. And I love her very much.
She was
beautiful
that night.
I hope she would. What's funny is I get that all the time too. And of course I'm going to coattail it because that's what I do best. But like on my birthday, I posted some whatever and people were like, my birthday wish for you is for Erica to let you drive her Pro Stock car. Let me tell the world, I don't want to drive a Pro Stock car. Okay? I don't want to drive a Pro Stock car because I will always be Erica's sister and I don't want to do it. She's the best. Can't ever do it. So I'm out. She wins. Bitch.
Dude, I'm looking at the messages over here. Selena says Jason stealing a book for Dion at the wedding was epic.
Dion looked like a professor.
He had a turtleneck and he had a whole thing going, and I found out that where the desserts were was like a library, and I grabbed a book. And I told Dion, I go, Dion, you need to have a reading from this book. And it was like about canoeing or something.
And the way you held that book all night.
It was so great.
I have the photo. Hold on. Here it comes.
Email it. Oh, okay. There it is.
Look at it.
So Dion was amazing.
Dion's my bestest friend in the whole world.
He's now a no prep king.
Well, next year, some things are happening. I'm not at liberty to announce it, but we'll be seeing more of them.
Good. We need Dion. I had a great conversation with Dion. Dion is awesome. Good guy.
Can we bounce? Can I bounce?
No more stuff.
Can I bounce to my next item real quick?
Yeah, bounce all the way down. Okay, so here's the deal. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. We're going to start landing the plane. If there hasn't anything that hasn't been discussed, throw it out there now. Now's the time. Free for all, as if the other thing was
today. I posted, Randy Lynn, again, does our merchandise, and we have this amazing shirt. It's Elite Weed and Speed, right? Yep. We obviously have a cultivation center. We obviously do it the legal way. It's legal in Oklahoma. We've gotten more shit today on the internet and haters of people saying they can no longer support Erica. They can no longer support Elite because this weed and speed thing. And I just feel like it's something to be talked about because these are legit businesses dumping money into race cars. And we're getting shit on by the NHRA fans because we have a sponsor who owns a cultivation center. And today I'm upset about it. Because the Elite fans are pissed.
I'm against all vices, as you can tell.
Well, yeah,
look at Joe.
Oh, what a vice! I said, well, clearly you've never had a cocktail or said the word bamboo.
I believe in prohibition. Prohibition,
right? It's not fair. Like Richard Freeman has built a dynasty out of this deal, and not to mention during the pandemic when we weren't racing, our race team was building this shop. They were hanging the grow lights. They were clipping the weed. Like, believe what you may, but it's a legal business, and we have been shit on the internet today because of Elite Weed and Speed. And I say, buy the shirt.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. Okay. The people who are complaining about that are a dramatic minority, and maybe they're kind of old timey, old rules people that, the majority, in my opinion, the vast majority of people now in 2022, we're talking like 22 states where the stuff is like recreational. It's like totally legal. Other states, like even the state of Florida, the most conservative state in the entire, they have medical. This is a thing that is
saving lives.
Totally transformed over the last 10, 15 years. And to the people who think that like people belong like in the clink, behind bars for that, it's ridiculous. And I think that we're going to see over the next 5-10 years, it become like you'll see like legit sponsorships. Why not? You guys had True Leave on the side of the car at the door.
Yeah, we got in a little bit of trouble.
But it's a slow moving deal. Like some old school people don't.
Are you so that hell bent on it? Is it that bad that you have been an Eric Anders fan or a TJ Coughlin fan your whole life, and now today you've decided enough because of the Weed and Speed shirt?
They don't even know what they think. That's the thing. They never had an in-depth conversation. Like when if you made some points to them and said, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? And they might be like, oh, I never really realized that. Then look how much money is being raised in taxes, and look how much, the education system is getting from said taxes. And
the Winston drag series for a decade.
Decades, right? That was okay, though, of course.
Yeah, part of it too, though. You're in your 30s, and Joe and I are in our 40s and 30s. Yeah. And,
Joe?
But it goes back to the same thing why people don't like hearing music at the racetrack. What are you doing? Why would you do that?
Grandpa Freeman. Grandpa Freeman said, I didn't come to no racetrack to hear no music.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't like it when you guys say drive that bitch back. Oh my God.
They don't. They tell us we hate God.
Yeah, oh my God, she said a bad word. And it's they just can't get out of their way. They can't get out of their what, Joe?
I'm just this whole exercise. My olive was so great, but
it looked good. I watched you enjoy that.
So this whole exercise is about the fringes, and this is the problem with our whole world. Is that Courtney said at the very start of the show? I like to look at the comments, right? And I bet you there was like. Maybe there was 50 great, positive, nice comments. I like you guys. You guys are the best. But the one person that had something negative to say, That's the one that resonates. And it's a real genuine problem with everything and everyone. There's a product, right? Like there's 5,000 positive reviews and there's one negative review. Which one am I going to read? Well, I want to see what the negative person had to say. And that's true with this. Drive that bitch back. Okay. Like, if I got a 4-year-old kid, I don't think I want him saying drive that bitch back. But you know what?
The junior kids send it. They say it.
In the grand scheme of things, you created a thing that caught fire and is selling a bunch of t-shirts. That's helping the team. People like it. And in the end, coming out of the talk radio world, you can always change the channel. Like you don't have to make a comment.
I do like to. I'm a glutton. I like everybody to like me. Like I was homecoming queen. I like people to like me. Like so be it. And when people want to say stuff about, and I know people are going to come in here and say, don't bother yourself with it. We can all do that, but we read it. I want people to understand that like Richard Freeman has done a really cool thing here. And maybe I'm just on the inside and want people to know that like, it's not a taboo thing anymore. It's like he kept people. He has like 60 people who live in Pauls Valley. And if you know Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, there's only like 63 people who live there. So the fact that he employs 60 of them, it's a huge deal. He kind of saves his town. There's a lot of good that goes along with it. And I know we can't change the world and make everybody feel the way that we feel, but what he's doing is cool. And I like that our race team can bring attention to that. And also like the Weed and Speed logo is sick as F, right?
Yeah,
like, who's not running that logo?
Hats are cool.
Listen, my mom is the Southern Baptist church lady. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. My mom got breast cancer, and all of a sudden, me and my brother, who are the heathens in the family, we're like, Mom, you need to do some CBD stuff. You need to do this. It totally helps. She's got neuropathy. She's got
it helps. You did it.
It helps.
It does.
And I was like, and she totally flipped it. She goes, because my brother's a pothead, and he's just like does whatever, and that whole term pothead. Okay, that has a bad connotation to it. I know, Courtney, but but my mom started taking CBD stuff and some edibles, and she started feeling better. It's like, okay, I'm like, Mom, how do you feel now?
Last week I couldn't sleep for shit. Ate a gummy, slept for 12 hours straight, got better. Like what?
Yeah.
And Mike says, but tequila can go on any car. And I think it should be able to go on any car. And I think alcoholic beverages. And I think
I love these topics. I love them.
Well, it's all tied into what we're talking about here. I think that is it legal? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And governments are involved and they're the ones picking the people who are allowed to grow. It's not like a random thing. Prohibition doesn't work. It's been tested and proven. It doesn't work. People are going to do what they want to do. They're going to do it. And you don't have
us. We'll pay it.
Here's what I think.
One of the ability to enforce it. So
one of the reasons why it's not recreational everywhere is because all the people that are incarcerated because of selling marijuana, they'd have to let them go. What are we doing now?
They're working on that.
Let's free up the freaking jails.
That's what I mean. It's like, okay, but now we got to let all those people go, or
they're like that's a different story. That's criminal justice.
I think it's part of the whole process. It's just like we don't have a cure for cancer, Joe, because there's too many pharmaceutical companies making money, Joe.
Wow.
High horse on this one.
So my next topic is a lot lighter.
Okay, yes, that was very serious. I do appreciate where you went with that there.
I do, and I just also want to sell some shirts. Weed and Speed, baby.
Weed and Speed available where at
who puts their Christmas lights up before Thanksgiving? Do you put them up before your company comes? Thank you. Tell all my neighbors that because it's still turkey time.
Yeah, it's turkey time. Listen, I might get a Christmas tree on Friday, maybe this weekend, but there's not going to be lights on my house. Forget that. No,
because my neighbor today, she's like, "Oh, I have to get the tree up and the lights up before the guests come." I'm like, "What is it? Christmas dinner tonight? Like, what are you doing?"
Even my 11-year-old knows. He goes, "Dad, what are these people putting Christmas lights up for? It's not even Thanksgiving yet." I go, exactly.
The pumpkin needs time to shine.
Right. You have to get past one. I'm okay for this weekend. People putting crap up after Thanksgiving.
Yes. Tomorrow Friday I'll probably do it.
Yes. Do you do a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
I'm from Texas. We do fake.
Oh, I do real.
Well, I'm allergic to everything. Something that the world doesn't know about Courtney Enders is she's allergic to a lot. I used to have to go every Wednesday, junior high and high school, to get allergy shots because I'm allergic to anything that is grown from the earth.
Wow. You know what?
By the way,
so do I. So did I. Twice a week.
Stop.
Allergy shots as a poor child, frail young boy milk,
Oh,
corn.
I wasn't frail nor a young boy.
Milk,
Joe had polio.
corn. I did. And now I've whatever I am. I'm
Beefed up.
Milk, corn, and cats, a bunch of stuff, right?
Same.
Yeah, it was
No,
terrible.
we are meant to be.
Yes, we are. And got a bunch of injections, 3 in each arm for twice a week for many.
Did you do the grid on your back?
No, that was pre. Back to the being 50.
Oh my God. They did they
that
tested
technology.
stuff and see what lights up. And my whole back lit up within 30 seconds. And my mom made them come in and take it all away.
Yeah.
Let me
This
ask
is
you this,
not
Courtney,
What?
true.
because you said you were homecoming queen. What other high school accolades did you have?
Oh, I was volleyball, miss volleyball, miss track, miss all the things. I was Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I also, I'd like to say that like the homecoming court was probably it, because prom, you were nominated by the teachers, and homecoming, you were nominated by student body.
I was student body president my senior year, and I was on the homecoming court sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Oh, we could only be our senior year.
Oh no, they had it for freshmen.
Erica, here's to show you the difference between Erica and Courtney. Erica was nominated for prom queen, teacher nominated. I was nominated for homecoming queen, population nominated.
What? Oh my gosh! I can't believe you just dropped that one. I'm sorry.
I love high school accolades.
Also, Erica was in the math club
Erica was in the math club. I knew that.
What kind
and
of
on the
school
golf
gives,
team.
what kind of school gives the teachers the opportunity to nominate anybody?
Listen,
for
it was
homecoming?
bullshit because it was all the kiss asses.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry,
That's
Erica.
wrong. Sorry. Even in rural Cooper City, Florida, we had no such
She's
craziness.
gonna text me and be like, "You bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen, I definitely did not peak in high school. But high school was definitely fun. I was like captain of the football team, captain of the soccer team. I was, I was.
Oh, I didn't peak, but I've been riding that same ride since.
Right. It's so great.
And I love it because we're getting real here. I'm sorry, Joe, but like you know how like usually cliche, like the people who were cool in high school, they end up like fat or have a million
Right.
kids and divorced like 10 times. Like, yeah, I'm divorced. That's fine. It's whatever. But like, I feel like I stayed cool.
I definitely got fat, but I definitely stayed cool.
That's because drag racing helps us stay cool. Like
It'd be less cool
group
if
we
you were.
roll with, like us 3 here and our friends, even if we're not cool, we think we're cool, and that's all that matters.
Isn't it true? When you're in your own little bubble.
And when
then-
you're an adult, you get to decide. And I think we have the coolest group.
Listen, my wife made my twins be in the band,
No.
and I had to go to band events. Now, for everybody in the band, great. I'm glad you're in the band, but that was not cool in the 80s when I was in high school.
You're a
And
band geek.
and when I had to go to band things, I'm like, what? I was literally like sitting by myself with other band parents, and they were band parents. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing here?
Yeah, the band
cooler
folks
than
were
this.
much maligned in the American Pie series. The whole
Of course.
But now
band-
they're cool because now they're like the Adam Levines of the world and all the things. And TikTok makes you cool with music and stuff. But like, we were cool before the internet.
That's the
Listen,
folly
Joe.
of life. When you're young and you like what you like, you might not be cool. But when you get older and you like what you like, you can be cool no matter what, because there's enough people to support what you do. Everybody
Here's
says Thanksgiving night. That's when the lights go up.
Yeah. And if you have them up before, then you need to calm down. As
Yes,
Taylor Swift
please
said,
stop.
you need to calm down.
Brandon just ordered his Elite Weed and Speed shirt because of the show.
Yay. Yeah.
Way to go.
Let me ask you
It's
this,
a
Courtney.
really cool logo. Like, it's really cool.
It looks cool on my hat that I have.
And our 5-time shirts are dropping tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
Which I didn't get one for free. What?
Yeah, I got a 4-time one, but I didn't get a 5-time one.
I got a 3-time one.
Let me give you a 30-second a 30-second insight to my life. Sorry, there's been wine. A 30-second insight to my life on Sunday night of Vegas. I had confetti poppers, sprinklers. I had 85 shirts that said "We Did It" on the back that were with a masking tape. On Friday, I went through and put everyone's name on it and what they deserved and the reason that we were doing it for Chase's little proposal and all the things. Like, there were so many things going around in my head. I crushed Sunday night of Vegas. With that, I only had 3 shirts left over. Every person that got them needed them. I've got like 5 guys. You can have one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The best one, I don't know what I said to you, but you looked at me and go after yourself, Jason Logan.
Look, I was pissed. People were coming up to me. I was on the golf cart. I had this box of shit. And I even had a sign that said, like, if you say my name, you owe me $100. because I was so sick of hearing my freaking name. And I'm trying to get everybody the crap they need before we do this epic winner's circle. And I remember as people were coming up to me, I was being pretty mean. I was coming up to them and I'm saying, like, basically, if you don't have anything of girth to tell me, go away.
Yeah. Oh, you were nasty.
But you gotta be, man. People don't understand the position of the winner's circle. It's a business.
Oh, I get it. You were so funny though. It was great because you're like my wife. I could just I know what's going to set her off, and I just say it just to set her off.
Right into your soul and told you to get out.
You told me to go F myself.
I said, get it on. Okay. Do not have that shit here. Talk to me tomorrow.
That's exactly correct, because I remember being there as well. And I feel like Courtney and I are friends and we know each other, and like looking right through me, right? Like not acknowledgement of my existence.
To do, guys.
Like doing work.
We weren't supposed to do it there. The list I had was for people coming to Pomona. And so like all of a sudden we're doing the dress rehearsal is live.
Right.
And it was wild. And everybody got mad at me. And then once it was over, I got drunk and we were fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I made best friends with Logan's girlfriend because she was making me drinks in that winner's circle. So me and her were like tight that night.
Well, all I know is that without my presence being there, nobody would have captured the chase engagement. And that's all. My contribution to the Drag Racing Society is that I captured Chase's engagement on video because I oh my gosh, this is something big. I better capture.
We had someone plan to do it, and she double stepped the old record button.
That happened,
and we didn't get it.
Well, that's why
I had my back turned to it. I was oblivious to the whole process. Joe that night goes, "You didn't see Chase get engaged?" He goes, "You were standing right there." I go, "Oh, I didn't see. I just thought they were cheering because Erica won again." No,
listen, Chase we had the whole plan.
Here you go. Yeah, this is what I do. This is what I do.
So can I narrate? Chase is supposed to know what's going to happen.
Oh, this is not the engagement. This is your big moment.
Oh, okay.
This is the big thing that you guys had planned. Chase thinks very big.
Look how hard I'm breathing. I was so nervous.
Sprinkle.
Look at that.
Look, I'm celebrating myself. That was me celebrating me crushing it. Nothing to do with Erica. Nothing to do with Erica.
Did you see Melissa come pick stuff up? How pissed was Melissa that she had to change that World Championship banner?
Not because let me tell you, I helped her change it, and we literally had to crank it. And I want to do a PSA. There's no reason, NHRA, I love you guys. I will support you till the day I die. There is no reason one person has to take that banner and take zip ties and put it through each hole and crank it themselves to get that banner up. Because we had to help her, and I kept looking at her. I said, "This is what you have to do every week," and she's like, "Yeah, I love my life." I said, "Fuck that."
Courtney, I had to set it up. I had to help people set it up at the banquet. And
atrocious, erroneous. We are a functioning, sanctioning body. There's got to be a button. Yeah. It's rude. It's atrocious. It's rude, and it slows down the whole cycle.
Oh, it's
a button, like an automatic thing that
dude, we had to loop zip ties through each hole together. That right then and there. And then crank it. There's a video of Eric going, "Courtney, why are you cranking that?" And I look at her and said, "Because no one else will." It's atrocious.
Yeah, I believe Jason and I were on the Ferris wheel when this thing was happening, and so.
Oh my God, no! I sat there and watched. They were like, Melissa had to cut every. I mean,
I was pissed.
50 this way, 25 this way, 50. It has to end. Like Nikki said at the banquet when we were setting up, she goes, "It's not taught. It needs to be more taught."
Well, that's what she said. You can't do every one. And I'm like, there's an art to the debauchery of
you're such
absolutely. Well, at the awards banquet, right? Like the next morning, I was kind of just stirring, and I got a couple of texts, and it's like, where are you? Like, we're tearing down. Like tearing down. Like, oh yeah, like people had to go down the next morning and tear everything down. And this is one of those times. I'm glad I'm not one of those
teams. I'm telling you, the teams who visit the winner's circle in abundance, we will pay. We have offered to pay for our own banners to just be able to bring them in. Like there's ways to fund the ease of these poor girls doing this shit.
You know what? Listen,
I know, but it's when you do it, y'all have seen it. Those girls, they bust their humps. And that's why Erica mentioned Nikki and all the things, because there's a lot of things that people don't understand of manual labor and agony that go behind making this stuff happen for the stars of the sport.
And there's me and Joe drinking in the winner's circle, just going.
Exactly. Speaking of Nikki, I got to get a photo of Nikki with Guido, world champion.
Look at Guido's collar open.
Oh, yeah. He Nitro Guido. Wait a second. Guido. There
Guido.
he is. It's never been more apparent right there.
I love him.
Yeah, he was good. What other photos do I have? Oh, that was Lucas Oil Banquet.
Jerry.
Yeah. Glenn
Cromwell. Oh, how cool was that Ken Black got his last Wally?
Amazing.
I loved it. I went right up to him. I did. I played all the deals. As soon as she lost, I walked right up to his little golf cart.
Yeah. Well, he retired. Like, that was a huge moment.
Do you know what he told me, though? As I walked right up to, because we were in the left lane and lost, and I walked right up to his golf cart that sits right there, right by the Wally Parks row, street sign, whatever that's right there. And I shook his hand. I gave him a hug, and I said, thank you for all you've done for Pro Soc. You know, we love you. We love the competition. And he whispered in my ear and he said, baby girl, I ain't going nowhere. I just don't want to run it.
Wow.
That is cool.
That is cool. Well, let's hope, honestly. We need as many passionate people involved as is possible. And
like me.
Well, hopefully we're all, Jason, you and I are still involved after this. We'll see.
We'll see if I am too. I have a real big girl job now.
That's true. You do have a real big girl job, but plenty of time. Is anybody doing PRI? Courtney, are you doing PRI? What's that mean? Like,
I'll be there.
Sort of. Yeah.
I'm going to be there for Flo, and I'm going to be there for Erica, but mostly for Flo. And I'm doing some stuff with DI because DI is a nice streaming partner for Flo and all that nonsense. So I'm going to be doing all the doings. What about y'all?
I will be there. Jason will not be there.
I don't know what I would do there. I would love to go.
Yeah. Give Court more wine so we have more everyone says Michael Heiner. He knows what's important.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
That's okay. Michael Heiner is like.
Don't worry.
If you've ever known me, like if you can't love me for my bad mouth, you don't love me at all.
That's it. Right. It happens. That's why we're on the internet, right? Like if we wanted to not curse, we would be somewhere else, but we are on the internet.
Michael Heiner needs to bring back the step stool.
Yeah. By the way, at Carducci's, Michael Heiner, dude, Carducci, like he always asks you how much you weigh and how tall you are. It was the greatest moment in that. There was like 20 people, and he goes, I weigh this much, and I'm this tall. And man, one of your guys, Courtney, I don't know who it was. It might have been Taylor. I don't know. He goes, yeah, he said how tall he was. He goes, oh, yeah, you wish. And man, it was like we were all waiting for it. And Michael Heiner goes,
Taylor's only like 5'9". Shut up.
No, he's 5'5". We all found out.
Leave Michael Heiner alone.
I love Michael Heiner.
Michael Heiner is a national treasure, and you leave it alone. Although he did get me kicked off an airplane one time, and that was not my fault. That was yours, Michael.
Listen, Michael Heiner was funny, but it was just like he said it, and we all were waiting for it. There was a beat, and he goes, yeah, you wish. And it was like, oh my God, here we go.
Chase added his 2 cents. Easy, Jason. Jason added 2 cents.
How cool was that, real quick? How cool was that the team did that throwback for Michael for Halloween for his family?
And I was involved in that as another one of those things. Nikki and I were involved in the, the tricking of Michael Heiner into thinking we wanted to do some sort of pro stock related interview concept. And our job was to distract him. Dave put us up to it. And we were like, yeah, of course. We love that stuff. And so, he thought he was going to get like a feature. And instead, Dave comes running in and he's like, Michael, the car broke loose in the trailer and there's some damage. You've got to come see it.
Oh, no.
Very serious. He was like, oh my gosh. And he told me after the fact, he's like, I started to think about like what parts we have, and do we have this and we have that? What could it be? What the damage? And he comes out and he sees the Heiner Miller.
That was so cool.
Kool-Aid smile. He's like, super happy. And it was great. Like those. Like
if that didn't make you feel good, you don't even know pro stock.
That's it. And that's the thing about, honestly, whenever someone like posts any kind of negative comment, like, it was better back in the day. It's like, you just don't know what's going on.
We're all evolving.
I hate everyone. I hate all of them.
Yeah. You really do, Jason.
Yeah, I really don't like people. Just shut your mouth. Go and enjoy it. Have a good time.
Hey, while you're on that tangent real quick, I want you to tell us what you felt about being stuck up in the trees in Topeka.
Yeah. What was that?
What about Pomona? What about Pomona?
No, I want to talk about Topeka because it was hot as F.
Oh my God.
You need an umbrella.
At least I got an umbrella for the 104-degree day. That was good. But Topeka, I got put in like entertainment jail over there. I was like on the right side.
You had to hear all the yucky comments about the women.
Okay, so on that, Low Zone 2022 best and worst party locations of the schedule. Like, okay, hot take, man. Best and worst Low Zone 2022.
Worst was definitely Pomona too, because I was by myself in Siberia.
You were alone.
Terrible.
Yeah. Gainesville was kind of terrible because it was cold and I was freezing. It was raining. Norwalk was great. Raynard wasn't RA. It was not that great. Bristol is always good.
Bristol was great. Bristol was awesome.
They had to put a beer stand behind me because I was getting verbally abused by everybody in Bristol. Not in a bad way, but it was just they were like heckling the entire time. But they're always good in Bristol. But Pomona too. Oof, bad scene. You
were too far away. The whole point of the Low Zone is that you're the party place, and we're going to put you where there's nobody. Right?
And in Pomona, you had a background of nothingness.
Yeah, Vegas was great in Pomona, or Vegas too was great. They were fun.
I don't even know where the hell. Oh yeah, I know where you were. That was a great spot over there.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, Vegas, Mike Poland just ordered a shirt as well, Courtney. You sold 3 shirts by Mike.
I make no money off that, so genuine thanks.
Successful show.
I don't work there anymore.
Corey wants to know how
Dallas for the Low Zone was really good too.
Yeah, that Laney. I love Laney. That guy is great. Sorry, Jason, but man,
guys, I missed my very first Dallas. That's the first Dallas National I've ever missed as a beating heart.
Me too.
Never have I missed the Dallas National as long as I've lived.
I saw you at the Dallas. I saw you at the Champions.
I was only there. I had to go to PDRA World Finals, which I loved. It was great. I did it for Flo. I was the girl on camera. Yeah. But I missed Erica winning Dallas. And let me tell you, I wanted to sit on the bull. I was so pissed I didn't get to sit on the bull.
Yeah. That's what's his name?
Oliver.
Right.
She got me a hat. She got me a hat with the Texas Motorplex, and I wore it the other night out in Fort Worth. It was awesome.
Really?
I got one of those.
I too have a hat. I now
am
part of the hat.
I might have it in here. Hold on.
Oh, there he goes, Jason Logan. Going to get a hat just like
the greatest freaking show of my life.
Wait, I got it. It's right here.
I want to be in the bar area of the Charlotte 4Y. That would be a good spot for Jason. That's kind of where they put him. All right, Jason Logan, here we go.
Yeah, man. Holla.
Hell yeah. Everybody looks good in a cowboy hat, yo.
I didn't think I would look good, but
there's the Motorplex logo.
A cowboy hat is a sign of class, dignity, and grace.
Is that true? Or are you just saying because you're from Texas?
Absolutely. I went to George Strait the other night. On Saturday night, I went to George Strait with Mike DePalma, Mr. Pro Stock COVID extraordinaire.
Yeah, great job, Mike.
No, we're friends. Don't do that. I went and they were concerned. His brother went and he's like, "Can I wear my hat? Like, what's the seating arrangements? Are people going to get mad?" And I said, "No, stadiums in Fort Worth were built for hats," and they were, because you can wear a hat.
Really?
Oh, you're way above. The person behind you is so far above you. They're so steep because that arena, the Dickies Arena, was built for the rodeo, and you wear hats. Like, if you can't wear a hat to the George Strait concert in Fort Worth, you don't need to wear a hat anywhere else in your whole entire life. And I wore my hat the other night. I wore a cowboy hat.
You know what, Courtney? I'm sorry, Joe. You know what Joe and I need? And maybe you can help us out with this? Some Quadra boots. What do we got, Joe?
I've got my deal with Fernando already. Fernando and I are talking.
Jason.
I don't.
What you need to do, the problem, you need to measure the old calf round.
Okay, good call.
Yeah, because even like me, Erica, we all have to have extra on the calf. We're a little girthy. We may not seem like big bitches, but we are girthy bitches.
Mike, hold on, wait, I can't get my calf. Oh, there's my calf. There it is. Oh my God.
And we've lost Jason to sobriety.
Yeah, he had one Bud Light, Courtney. Like the guy had a Bud Light. This is all just character. Mike Poland wants to buy the hat.
I've had this many.
Oh my gosh. How many dollars will you take for the hat, Jason? This guy wants to purchase it.
None. You never sell that. I'll cut you.
Yeah. No, I mean, come on. Listen, y'all.
You have to win. You have to win the Texas Motorplex race,
or work really hard for them, and they will offer you one, which is the case.
Or know the lady who brings the cowboy hat guy out.
Do you know what Billy Meyer did for me, Joe? I think that you might have been a part of this. Is on Wednesday night at the Champions Dinner, which was amazing. Again, we could talk about all the things real racing. The Texas Motorplex did an incredible job with Stampede of Speed. But the Champions Dinner, I told Billy Meyer that I wasn't going to be there for the race. And he's like, what the hell? You don't get your hat. So he took pictures straight on, sideways, up, and he stayed true to it. He fitted me via my face come Sunday night when she won Sunday night. And I got a text that said, we fitted you. We got you the hat. They sized me up, and he got me a hat based on our measurements on Wednesday night.
Well, and rightfully so. That Champions Dinner is going to be something that evolves into one of the great nights in NHRA drag racing.
Incredible.
And we had such a good time, and just another great thing. I did get a hat, but I got to admit, right, as a South Florida guy whose parents are from Jersey, I'm bumping off stuff with this hat, man. I put on the hat, I'm getting into the car. I can't get into the car. I'm bumping off stuff.
It's all the dip. You dip with your forehead. Everything's with the forehead.
Going around corners. I'm banging off stuff. I got to learn. Hey, Kelly Crandall is out there. Who did a great job with your podcast. What's up, Kelly? There's the Courtney we love and why we're friends. I will cut you.
Joe, you need to come. You need to come to Fort Worth. I'll take you out a night on the stockyards. We'll show you how to live in your hat.
I will like that. Well, see, that's the great benefit of now having a Texas Motorplex hat is that I am expected to wear it. And so next year when I'm doing the Stampede,
but you're not gonna wear a Texas Motorplex hat out.
Why the hell not? I did to the George Strait concert the other night. Do you think George cared? Yeah,
hundreds of dollars hat,
logoed up.
Yes. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, hey man,
that makes it better.
I went to the store that they do it. It's called the Best Hat Company. I went to the store and we got Erica like one of those Lainey Wilson cool flat girl style hats. And the guys recognized Erica. We just went in on a regular Saturday and they recognized her. And they even said like, oh yeah, those ones with the Texas Motorplex brands, like that's really cool. Like that's cool. Here.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what the protocol is for cowboy hats.
I got you.
Right.
What if I had a Nike logo right there?
No, then I cut you. Don't do that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I was just.
Hey, Bill wants to know where to get the speed, the Weed and Speed shirts, Court.
Oh, I went on Elite Motorsports Facebook page. I just posted the link, but I should know this off the top of my head, but gosh damn, Randy Lynn, you made this so wordy.
Hot Rod Randy's Horsepower Headquarters.
Yeah, that one. It's so wordy.
Yeah. Hot Rod Randy's Horsepower Headquarters.
Hot Rod Randy's.
Hot Rod Randy.
If we ever win Dallas, I won't take the hat off. Yeah, no, it means something. It means something.
No, it's incredible. And you get the brick and it's really cool.
Well, so on that note, not to be serious and talk about drag racing, right? But as we wind down, I think one of the big moments that Erica was super excited about is that you guys won every single specialty trophy that exists. There it is.
It's coming off in my head.
Yes.
Hat, ice cream scoop, wine goblet at Sonoma, Hearst shifter for the 900th race at Pomona. Are there any others? Like all the special trophies. And for all the track operators out there who, of course, are going to watch this happy hour, right? The more stuff you have like that, the more people love going to your race.
Love it.
Did they get the cornhole boards? You guys didn't get cornhole boards.
We did on Reading. We got the cornhole boards from Kyle Koretsky. Yep.
That was cool.
That was way cool. He gave them to every class from Super Street up.
That was very cool.
We got the Black Wally from Vegas a couple years ago, the Lyle one, and Erica freaking runnered up. She was so pissed about that. Like the stuff that they do extra, like the drivers want it because what we do is unfortunately very monotonous. And although we want to win all the things every year, it gets a little monotonous. To bring something cool to the table like that, dude, people spend $100 on a cornhole board and people want to win the race more than anything in the world.
The downside, not that there is a downside. Like I'll give you an example. I'm a New York Yankee fan, right? Like so the Yankees never change their uniform. So there's no such thing as a throwback uniform for the Yankees. It's just, it is what it is. And that's that. So the Wally trophy, like you get a Wally and all the Wallies are pretty much the same without the placard, right? Whereas in the NASCAR world, they make their own different unique things. So when a track can do something extra to differentiate itself, since all Wallies are pretty much the same with the exception of the championship Wally, that's a great thing. Yes. Bader with the ice cream scoop, Dallas with the hats, now the Grove with the cornhole boards, Kyle Koretsky and Kenny, they did such a great job. Every track operator should look around where they live, what's unique about us. What do we have that's unique about us?
Doesn't have to be expensive.
It doesn't have to be expensive. It could just be something, because drag racers are clearly not motivated. They're not motivated by money.
No, it could be literally a shirt. Like, I won that. Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
I won Brainerd, and all I got was
on it. The Koretsky's did an incredible job from being able to actually hear like the speakers in every pit. They told me that they spent like $6,000 or something stupid on new speakers for like, okay, that was probably pretty low, but you're getting what I'm saying. Yeah. Just the little things that like racers want to hear their class be called. The Koretsky's knocked out of the park. I think they're MVP of the year for that.
They still haven't gotten it all right yet either.
They did it in a rush.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10 times better next year.
They got a lot of love during that weekend, and you know how it is, Courtney, like it's everybody wants attention for what they do, right? Everybody wants attention for what they do. And you know, sometimes people don't give any attention because they don't want to give too much attention to one person and then have to hear it from somebody else, which is sad. But they did such a great job. I think Maple Grove was maybe a standout. They saved it.
The East Coast needed the Koretsky's, and the Koretsky's came through. And let me tell you, if you've never this past year in Vegas, it wasn't Vegas. I'm sorry, it was Pechanga, which Pechanga felt a lot like Vegas, did it not?
Yeah, very much.
We walked in there and I was like, whoa, is it Halloween? We accidentally made it to the high rollers room, which we shouldn't have, even though we had TJ with us. And I feel like we accidentally made it there. And Kenny Koretsky was like gambling. And I was like, oh my God, we don't belong here. We don't belong here. And he was celebrating, and I got nervous and I started sweating because I couldn't even afford to be in the room.
Yeah, I had someone tell me like high roller slots, like, I go, those are $100 slots, man. I was like, so what do I play? Like one?
No, I put a 10 in the penny machine so I can get a drink that doesn't cost me $48.
Yeah.
That's how I gamble.
But God love him though. I think it's great. Like
it was amazing though. You watch him win and I was like, wow, I'm still poor.
Joe, I got playing slots, Joe.
If I could just get somebody to like pay my mortgage for Christmas, that'd be great.
Oh, would they awesome? I got to pay back my SBA loan. I'm pretty excited about that.
That's great. Let's don't kill the show, Jason. All right, guys. About coming up on 2 hours.
It's been so fun.
I love it. Let's do it again tomorrow on Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, Jason Logan.
Courtney, are you making Thanksgiving at your house, by the way?
Let me tell you the rules I set forth for Janet. Let's circle back to Janet, because the fact that Janet's not here is appalling me, because she texted me an hour ago and said she's at the HEB just across the street from my house. So I think she's waiting. She told me, are you going to cook for us? It's 3 of us, right? Me, her, and Michael. Erica somehow got out of this mess. She's in Houston doing her own thing. And we do Christmas together with my dad. So I'm in charge of Thanksgiving. And I just bought this house 2 years ago. I love it. It's great. So I wanted to host. I don't want to go anywhere. Janet tells me, you need to like embrace cooking, and it's such a joyous thing for your family. And I'm like, what family? I have a dog. So last year I ordered from Central Market a turkey, couple sides. It was great. I picked it up on Wednesday, put it in. I went, oh, she's pulling in. Oh, this is great.
Yes. Here we go. Shout out Central Market. I've been there.
Dude, amazing. I bought my own. I went to Marshall's because I was having guests, and I bought serving dishes to make it look like I did Thanksgiving, and it was freaking flawless. Heated it up. It was amazing. And so I told my mom's husband, Michael, I'm like, dude, let me just order it. I'll buy it. It's no biggie. There's only 3 of us. Like, we'll be good. You don't understand the joys of Thanksgiving. I'm like, well, clearly I freaking don't. And I don't care because I don't like to cook. I travel for a living.
You're right, Janet. I support Janet on this one. I'm sorry, Courtney. I got to support you.
Hey,
part of Thanksgiving, the whole guilt of not doing it.
But to each their own, right? I'm 36 years old. I've managed to have no kids, no husband, no nieces and nephews. I've got it going on. I've really got it going on when it comes to holidays, that I have no one who's relying on me. So, oh my God, she's at the fucking window. Sorry.
There it is, Janet.
You're fine. Come in. She just came to my window.
Well, good.
Come to my window.
Anyway, long story short, I'm sorry. Long story short, they told me I was not embracing the joys of cooking. And so here's what I laid out. And if you know me, those of you in the comment section, I said, here's what Courtney's going to do. And Courtney ain't doing nothing else. Courtney's going to wake up in the morning when Courtney wants. She's going to go running because that's what she does with guilt. She's going to sit on the couch. She's going to watch Santa come to town on the Thanksgiving parade. She's going to do the kicks with the girls on the show. And then she's going to eat something that either Central Market or Janet and Michael prepared, and she ain't lifting a finger. And if anybody gives me any shit, they're not invited back.
That's it. You supply the venue, right? The venue supplier deserves something.
And I don't have to change who I am to the core at 36 to cook.
BYONTG. You bring
and my cleaning lady's coming Monday.
And root against the, and Kelly Crandall says,
root against the cow.
Right.
Mom, come here.
Here
we want to.
This is it. Janet's WFO debut.
Don't embarrass me.
Janet. Come on.
It doesn't matter. There's Janet, ladies and gentlemen.
Janet Enders, everybody. Janet Enders. That's it.
I was just telling them how I told them that, or I told you that I don't care what you think, that I don't like to cook, and it doesn't matter that it doesn't bring me joy.
No.
And I'm fucking cooking.
That's it. Oh, see?
Michael's creating. He's doing this big chef thing, and Courtney says, I'm just going to drink, and then I'm going to watch the parade.
Yep.
And not do dishes.
There it is.
What I just told you people was not a lie.
That is true. Okay, so Courtney, your mom is there, so you should sign off first so you can be with your ma. So final thought.
Final thought. The 22 drag racing season was awesome. And I promise you, I'm not just saying that because Erica won, but also loved it. Congrats, Ron Caps. Congrats to Angie on winning the last race. Congrats to Brittany. Congrats to Matt. Congrats to everybody. I love you guys. And I can't wait. I already missed drag racing and this already sucks.
Yeah, but hey, we'll see you at PRI in a couple of weeks.
Make sure you subscribe to flowracing.com.
You don't have to do that, Courtney. You can see.
Why? I love it.
You can say it just directly. It's not like a secret. You don't have to keep it a secret.
Flowracing. Your girl.
There you go. Good job. You're doing a great job.
I love you guys.
Excellent.
Love you, Courtney. We'll see you later. Happy Thanksgiving.
There she goes. Thank you, Courtney. There goes Courtney. Wow. Jason, big finish right there from the Courtney side of things.
She makes me laugh so hard. When we were in that airport, Joe, in Ontario, I looked at her, and it's not like we're not going to talk or whatever. I go, I'm going to miss you over the break. I was like, I really am going to miss her because she's just a freaking train wreck. I love it.
No, she's not a train wreck.
She's a train wreck. Listen, that's a train wreck.
That is a train wreck right there. Well, what was very fun is that, when you're having a good time and it's coming to an end, and it's coming to an end, and it's a little sad, like this show, it's coming to an end, everybody. Don't get upset, but it's true. You get a little bummed. And so the season is over, and me and Tammy Bandemir are driving to the airport together, and you're following on your own schedule, and we get to the airport, and I get on the rental car bus, and who's on the rental car bus? Jason Logan. There he is. He's on the rental car bus. Oh yeah. Fun stuff. And then we go and we sit down at the bar, and we pick 2 seats at the bar, and there's a seat open, and who shows up 2 minutes later? Courtney. And then Kurt, and the whole little thing gets put back together, and then we fly home together, and it was just a great year. And I think it was the best season ever. You've been out there longer than I have.
It was a great season. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When Erica won, I guess it was her third one, where it came down to the last run of the last day in Pomona. That was a great day with Gianna Salinas beat everybody and their brother.
Yep.
That was a great day of racing. But the season this year, Joe, I agree. It was a good season.
It was a good season. Like he says, he won't even say the word great.
It was. Listen, I can't judge great.
Final thought, Jason Logan.
Final thought for me is next year is going to be a million times better than it was this year. Look for changes. It's going to be fun. We're going to have more of all of this. And definitely go on Joe Castello's webpage here and buy his Fire t-shirt. Joe won't say it. Go buy Joe's gear.
I don't like to plug my own gear, man. It's
I know, but you need to buy it. Joe, get the gear. Get Joe Castello's gear. Fire.
And since you're mentioning it, we do have a lot of gear, but I do want to tell everybody Monday, we've got all these people. We've got Angie, we've got Cruz, we've got Greg on Monday. That's Monday after Sunday, after the big Thanksgiving. We're going to have a super show at 1:00 on Monday. And it has been pretty amazing. I just uploaded the thing where all the gear, man, like where we could see all the gear, and I can't find it right now. It's a shame. But anyway.
You get too much stuff.
Yeah, well, I do. I'm flying the plane over here at the same time as I am. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at all this great stuff, Jason Logan. All the shirts and things that they can buy in the WFO store on WFOradio.com, including the Fire one. There should be a Lozone
shirt. Listen, we've been talking about me getting a shirt. I'm going to get a shirt. I got to come up with some artwork.
You should.
got some good artwork.
You should come up with some artwork, some low zone stuff. But people are buying the WFO stuff for gifts as holidays. All right. Do you have a final thought for the WFO audience? I don't want this thing to go too long after Courtney parts ways because people become disinterested. So what do you got?
Yep. Guys, thank you very much. It was a great season. We had a good time. Hey, there's the Penguin, half naked broads. It's going to be awesome. Check out do flow racing because we're going to be at World Series of Pro Mod. It's going to be amazing. I may or may not take a nap. Who knows? I'm getting old, man. I can't do everything like I used to. See, there it is. Just fun, frivolity. But thank you guys for all your support. Joe and I are mini celebrities because of you. Thank you so much.
That's it. Is the United States going to advance in the World Cup?
No, we're horrible at soccer, by the way. Orlando City, Lake Nona Soccer School. Yeah, they're not going to advance. Don't be a homer. This is the one sport on the planet that we suck at. And I'm a huge soccer person. The worst sport on the planet. We cannot figure it out.
Wales has a population of 3 million people. We have 300 million, and they tied us.
Yeah, well, listen, Japan beat Germany today.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia beat Argentina.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what are we doing here? It's going to be a great tournament. If you like sport, watch it. Check out the set for all you TV people. The set from Doha on Fox is retarded. And I mean that in a good way. I apologize for all of you people that are offended by that R word.
Nobody is offended by the R word. It's drag racing, like the timing on an engine can be advanced or it can be retarded. It's okay, just good. Don't worry about that.
And everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your favorite holiday. Even though Courtney will not be cooking, I will be cooking. I've got a 19-pound bird. And I have a 8-pound turkey breast to augment the bird. And then I have all the sides on the planet. So
there you go. Excellent. All right, Jason.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I am happy. I think this turned out great. And happy Thanksgiving to you. I had a great time hanging out, man, all year long. We had a fun experience like NHRA 2022. Yes. And I'll be going to the off season. And of course, I'll be at the PRI. And I don't know if you're going to do the Flying Ryan thing on the 28th, maybe not. World Series of Pro Mod. There's a lot of stuff going on. Michael Heiner says, happy Thanksgiving. Everybody saying thanks for the show. Blake saying, what am I doing for Thanksgiving? Fam stuff. Got fam coming over for breakfast. Then I'm going to my parents. Then I'm going down to the MIA. I'm going to be all over South Florida, Blake. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. My 7-year-old is eating a turkey sandwich. So proud of him. Selena, happy Thanksgiving to all the friends. Corey Savoy, great show, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody saying happy Thanksgiving. All right, Jason, great job. Oh, Black Friday deals, Joe. Black Friday deals. Not on the WFO side as far as I know, but I don't really know.
Are you not going to Walmart to fight with people over 84-inch TVs that are $300?
Do they still do that? Is that still a thing? I don't think it really is a thing anymore. I think people got wise and they stopped doing that because they know if they just stick around, they can get a pretty great deal on a regular Wednesday, right? Like, hey, it's Wednesday and we're getting a great
suck, deal. Joe. People suck. They're going to go do it anyways just because, let's go save money. Get a job. Get a job that pays. You don't have to go do Black Friday deals.
It's really true. The whole Black Friday scenario is like crazy.
Yeah, not me. I buy stuff throughout the year. I don't care. Joe, I'm going to go downstairs and I might get another one of these or I might upgrade to vodka.
Okay, go enjoy, Jason.
Joe, thank you very much. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys again soon. Happy holidays, and until we see each other again in Gainesville. Whoa.
There he goes, Jason Logan, everybody, Jason Logan. And so this has been a happy hour on WFO with Jason and Courtney, and we hatched this plan while sitting at the bar in the airport in beautiful Ontario, California. And when you go an entire year being very, focused and serious and about drag racing and definitely want to treat everybody and everything with great respect, you have moments like this and you have a great time. And that's exactly what we did. And hopefully you loved it and you'll subscribe and click the bell on YouTube, or those of you who are watching right now, you'll share it so others can see this madness. And this is what I really think is why we all do it. We love the cars, but the people that you get to hang out with and the fun that you get to have is really what it's all about. Have some great sponsors who support the show. I'm going to tick them off one by one really quickly because they have been so great over the years in supporting the program. Of course, the folks at Total Seal. We're going to be in booth 1525 at PRI. Come by, watch Hidden Horsepower. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hartford finished 6th. Really strong year. It was at that Champions Dinner we talked about. TotalSeal.com. Our great friends at FTI Performance, Transmissions and Torque Converters, helping you win in the 890 indexes, helping you win in big money bracket races, doing great things. Of course, the Phillips Connect people, Mr. Epler, thank you so much for supporting WFO. And Josh Hart, Bernie Speed Shop, thank you so much. Sam Tech, thank you so much. Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, Marvin Rodak, and everybody. Torque Calibration Services of Australia. You know, it's so cool to have this energy that drag racing has right now, where people, I believe, want to be involved. They want to be involved. And so this is your chance to get involved. Don't forget, you can become a WFO Patreon, supporting our show behind the scenes, get a backstage pass, listen to all the craziness as we plan out shows and talk to the audience and watch the Ignition Show. We got a great Ignition Show in the archive. We've got Alan Reinhart in the archive a couple of times. We've got race winners from the entire season. You can go back and see, if not all 10 of Erica's wins, 9 of them. I think we did a double up once. She won too quickly. But also GA's 100th win and everybody that got in on the winner's circle this year. I really appreciate anybody that runs the WFO decals out there. Thank you so much for supporting WFO and our show. And remember, I do send out free decals. You just got to do all the busy work, sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box 848353, Pembroke Pines, Florida 33084. You have to write the address on an envelope to yourself. You put a stamp on it, put that in another envelope that you send to me. So I just have to open your envelope, stuff some stickers in there, seal it, and send it. That is my plan. Monday, the WFO store, by the way, loaded with great merch. Go get some, WFOradio.com. You never know when you're going to see some cool WFO swag out there. I always love seeing it at the track. My buddy Eddie wearing WFO swag. David Eaton wearing WFO swag. Got some classic Miami Hollywood Speedway gear also. Yes, the fire t-shirt everybody's talking about. But Monday, it's not too soon to start thinking about this. Angie Smith, Cruz Pedregon, Greg Anderson, all in one show. All in one show. How do I do it? I have no idea. All right, guys, great time. We're going to do a Christmas party. Don't worry. We're going to do a get-together again in December with more guests. All right, guys, have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, to my family, to everyone. WFO.